It's a nice night for football. Baylor won the toss. They want the ball. The Kansas State kick will go 2 yards deep to Darius Jones. And Jones, a head-on collision at about the 17-yard line. So that'll bring out Nick Florence and the high-powered Baylor offense. Florence leads the country in total offense. 395 yards a game. And there's his passing numbers.
Well, last week up in Norman, there was a 45-mile-an-hour wind. And I know as a quarterback, that's the worst condition to play in as a passing football team and a quarterback. He did not have good numbers. It's a beautiful night tonight. And Art Briles fully expects his quarterback to be spot on tonight with his accuracy.
Very little wind, if any, as they start just outside the 18-yard line. Low snap, but he got the handoff and only about a yard. And a flag on the first play as well. Lache Seastrunk is the guy that carried it.
Offside. Defense number 55 lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Kind of a rarity for the lowest penalized team in the country. Take a look at our impact players brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Terrence Williams, one of the top receivers in the entire country. Tevin Reese is a big timer as well. And Ahmad Dixon, the leader of the defense, runs the Bear position, kind of a nickelback linebacker.
Back-to-back penalties in the first 2 plays.
Pick up a 14 on that one. Scott Novak is our busy referee already.
Offside. Defense number 55 lined up in the neutral zone. That penalty's declined.
So the least penalized team in the country, as Todd said, back-to-back infractions.
And that is a huge thing, because when we talk about the discipline of Bill Snyder's team and doing the little things that win games and not beating yourselves, one of those is the fact that they don't get penalized. And then 2 plays to start the game, 2 penalties. Quick
snap, quick throw to the outside. This is going to be another first down. Out. Completes.
So far, everything to script for Baylor. Positive gains on the run. A good throw for first down. They're near the 50-yard line. Getting off to a quick start, important for Florence and this Baylor football team.
It was one of the things you talked about a couple of minutes ago. Quick start, and so far so good. Play action, they come up firing. Complete across midfield. Tevin Reese with a catch. 15 touchdown drives for a minute or less. They have 6 this year of 1 play. That's crazy. Here's a screen out to the wide receiver, Terrence Williams. And he picks up 4, and he's close to another first down. A couple yards shy, maybe.
Like so many teams in this Big 12 conference, Baylor, one of those teams that loves to go up-tempo. They did not use a lot of tempo in this game last year in Manhattan. It was their first road game. It's much easier to play fast and up-tempo at home than it is on the road.
The run straight up the middle and breaking through and almost getting away was Glasco Martin. John Sua was holding on to his ankle for dear life. Another first down.
Even though Baylor lost last week at Oklahoma, they did something very well. That was run the football. 51 carries, over 250 yards. They've got some confidence running the football right now.
First down, play fake. Florence gonna go deep. Got a man out there. Touchdown, Baylor. Tevin Reese. There's your quick start for you, partner. 38-yard touchdown.
They get the inside receiver matched up on a safety. It's a little double move, face the post. The safety bit on it. And they get the big play to start the game. Again, no Ty Zimmerman. You got different guys in at safety. Early touchdown.
Aaron Jones point after. Well, another drive of 2 minutes or less. In a minute and 56 seconds, Baylor lights up their crowd on their home field. Florence with a touchdown pass. 7-0 Bears. In a hurry, Ledge.
Well, Holly mentioned with no Zimmerman, Dante Barnett would be one of these safeties that would be tested early. Here he is right here. Now watch Reese on the double move is going to freeze the safety. And that's all it takes is him to bite on it a little bit. Watch this double move right there. At that point, the safety is beat. Tevin Reese runs right by him. Excellent read by Florence. Beautiful call by Philip Montgomery going after the new guy right away.
Zimmerman telling Barnett there's a lot of football left. Gave him a slap on the back.
Yep.
We'll see how he does the next time he's out there. But right now, Aaron Jones to kick off. Chris Harper and Tremaine Thompson are back deep for the Wildcats. High pooch kick. Can call a fair catch if you can get to it. Wow. Flags down.
It's not Zimmerman, but the new number 12 made a nice play over there.
That's Stanton Weber.
His dad was a quarterback at K-State. Talked to him before the game. He's the color guy for the radio broadcast for K-State. Nice play. Good heads-up play on the kick return team.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both against the kicking team. Offside, kicking team number 26. Penalties declined. Kick catch interference on a kicking team. 15-yard penalty. First down.
So that's going to give Kansas State great field position to start their opening drive in Baylor territory.
Kansas State has been a big play-action first down pass team so far this season. A lot of their big pass plays for Colin Klein have come on first down off of play action.
He's a 70% completion guy. There's his numbers. And right now, Kansas State, their average starting position is the 41-yard line. In this case, they start at the 38 of Baylor. Can't ask for more than that on your first snap.
Boy, look how deep the tailback is. This is a different set. They have not shown this kind of formation.
This is a pistol set. Looks more like a rifle. It's so deep. And it's option football. And the pitch to Hubert. And he's going to get maybe 10 yards on his first carry. So we take a look at our impact players, brought to you by Chick-fil-A. And one of the aforementioned, John Hubert, who's a Waco, Texas native. So he's playing in his hometown. Lockett, the great receiver that Holly talked about, and a return man. Amishak Williams is a guy that can make a big difference. Defensive player of the week in the Big 12. As he had one of those career-type games with a couple of sacks and a career high in tackles a week ago. 2 tight end set here on first down at the 26-yard line already at Baylor. Hubert going the other way, and he breaks through. Nice patience on the run to wait for his blockers, and he got to the 20-yard line. A pickup of 6 yards on the play.
I talked about Kansas State. What makes them special? Number one, it's leadership. It starts with their coach, Bill Snyder, and then so many seniors. It's a veteran football team. Discipline. We talked about the penalties. They defend the run. They run the football. And then they do the little things statistically. Their average drive start, which you just mentioned, and then the turnover margin. Those kind of things win football games, and they don't beat themselves. They've been that way all season.
Colin Klein under center here on second down at 4. Hubert again cuts it to the outside. A stiff arm got him a first down, and he's out of bounds around the 11-yard line.
Well, they're going to challenge. I mean, they got the great field position, and they're going to challenge this Baylor defense that coming in is last in the country in giving up yardage, almost 520 yards per game. Hubert's a strong runner. They ran outside. Chris Harper, their wide receiver, who's as big as any receiver you're going to see, 235 pounds, got a great block on the outside.
First down at the 12. Terrell Miller, the motion man. They're just going to keep feeding it to Hubert. This time he stood up after only a yard gain. Bryce Hager, who normally leads the club in tackles, has another one along with Mike Hicks.
I think one of the reasons that Colin Klein's passing has gotten so much better this year, there's several reasons. One of them is he hasn't carried the football nearly as much. He had 317 rush attempts last year, only 154 coming into the game this year. But this is the area of the field where he normally carries the football because you get an extra blocker when the quarterback runs the football.
He's in the shotgun, flanked by Wilson and Hubert on second down and 9. And he will run behind both those guys in the backfield with him, trying to weave his way down. He got about 3, but it's going to bring up third down and long.
See, he's not flashy. We've seen a couple flashy dual threat quarterbacks this year already.
Yeah.
Braxton Miller at Ohio State, Johnny Manziel from Texas A&M. Colin Klein's not like those two guys running the football, but he's rugged and he's not afraid, and he knows how to find the end zone.
5 straight runs for Kansas State. Did they put it up here on third down and 6? They've got 5 receivers and Colin Klein in an empty backfield. If it's not a quarterback draw, he's throwing it. Now he gets one of the receivers over
He had
to
to
help
call
out.
timeout. Yep.
Timeout.
Had to call timeout. He was trying to check at the line of scrimmage, and he was running out of time on the play clock. And you see him encouraging his team. Nothing to be afraid about. Let's go over and talk it over and get the right play here on a critical 3rd down.
We'll see what that critical 3rd down gets him when we come back. To Wildcats, who have a 3rd down and a big one following the timeout. They can get a 1st down inside the 3. Colin Klein, still it's an empty backfield. And 5 receivers spread across the field. On 3rd down and 6, opening drive of the ball game for the #1 team in the country. Klein to throw. Double pumps, goes to the goal line. Touchdown. Terrell Miller. 8-yard strike. And we're a point away from a tie ball game.
Well, this started with outstanding protection for Colin Klein. He had a chance to really survey things. They had 3 receivers over there. The middle guy is going to get right to the front of the goal line. It's a little bit of a clear out for him. Catches it, reaches behind, and gets the ball across the goal line. But it started with outstanding protection for Colin Klein to read that coverage.
Colin Klein's 13th touchdown pass of the year. Extra point is good. Cantelli knocks it through. A pass that was thrown a little bit behind. Terrell Miller made a great adjustment. Colin Klein with a throw. There's the catch. It's all tied in Waco. Kansas State had to go in 6 plays to tie the game with Colin Klein's touchdown pass.
You know, in our production meeting this morning, our director, Scott Johnson, asked me, do you think Baylor, because of the situation of the game, might try to be more aggressive, go with some onside kicks or fake punts or anything? And I didn't think so, because you didn't want to put your defense in those short field situations. And that's exactly what happened that first attempt, and a very easy touchdown for Kansas State.
Of course, our director thinking like a coach. This kick will go to the 5-yard line. Goodley in the open field. Got a kicker to beat. Goodley down the sideline. Flags are down. He's going to go the distance. 95 yards. But again, a penalty on the play. I'm afraid Scott Novak is going to disrupt the party.
During the return, holding, receiving team number 13. 10-yard penalty. First up.
Michael Valdez on the special teams, and it negates a 95-yard touchdown.
Well, but that's still a problem for Kansas State. Again, coming into the game, they don't get penalized. They've been outstanding in the kicking game, both in their return and in their coverage. We've seen a couple uncharacteristic penalties early, and that was clearly a breakdown in their kicking game, and they're very fortunate that they're not down 14-7 right now.
2 penalties on the special teams of Baylor. One on that kickoff that you talked about, and one right there. Takes away a score. So instead of the touchdown lead, it's Baylor starting at the 25-yard line. Nick Florence perfect on the opening drive. Play fake, the quick throw on a wide receiver screen to Tevin Reese, and Reese gets it out for 5 or 6 yards, where Dante Barnett made the tackle. And again, Baylor without a huddle lines up in a hurry at the 31. Florence throws to the far side, tough catch, first down throw, and all the way out to the 45-yard line. Florence put some smoke on that one.
He did. He's got a strong arm, and he's off to a good start. And you can see it in his eyes. You can see it in his body language. He's feeling it. One of the things Baylor does, very unusual, they have wide splits for their wide receivers, and they make a lot of quick throws to guys in space like this.
After picking up 14, they pick up 6 more on that quick toss to Reese.
I've never seen a team that puts their wide receivers this far outside the numbers, but they try to stretch that defense as far as they can and create as much space as they possibly can.
On 2nd and 4, the play fake, the quick throw, and drops this time by Tevin Reese, or he would have had a first down. And he says, that's on me. Nice throw. And it was. First incompletion for Nick Florence, the senior out of Garland, Texas. But already again they're in Kansas State territory with a 3rd down and 4. They're 42% on their 3rd down conversions on the year. Empty backfield, 5 wideouts for Florence. Looking left, comes back across the middle. First down and quite a bit more to Goodley, the guy that had the kickoff return taken away. Boy, Florence looked left, Todd, and then came right back to the right.
Yeah, did a nice job of using his eyes to move the coverage and then coming to his underneath target. Knew what he needed for the first down. And again, just the look in his eyes is he's feeling it tonight. He's a confident quarterback.
We're 6.5 minutes into the game. He's got 109 yards throwing the football.
These two quarterbacks are very similar. You know, they're both seniors. They're both married, which is kind of unusual to see a game where both quarterbacks are married guys. Both highly academic kids. And right now, both of them are off to an excellent start in this ball game.
Colin Klein can only look on right now as Childs shaken up on the play comes out. And a first down for Baylor. Pump fake across the middle. He had his tailback streaking down there, and he missed him. Incomplete. Arthur Brown was covering.
See, what they like to do offensively is they do so many quick throws and real, you know, catch it and throw right now out in space to wide receivers, and then they pump fake those and try to take a shot down the field. That time it didn't work, but you have to be ready for that.
This time Glasco Martin flanks Nick Florence in the shotgun. 2nd down at 10. 3 wideouts to the near side, and it's going to be Martin, and Martin might have a first down. Glasco Martin, a good size back, 220-pounder, and that should move the chains. They're not wasting any time, man. Ivory Wade is over that football.
Again, they didn't use the tempo on the road at Manhattan last year in their first road game, but they're playing much faster in this one. It's easier to do at home, easier to communicate, and they've got it going right now.
8th play of the drive, 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line. Here's a little flare out to the tailback who makes some people miss and actually got a yard or 2 out of it. Lache Seastrunk.
See, the thing I love about playing up-tempo is it forces a defense to simplify and give you standard looks and keep the same personnel on the field. But the problem with it is you have to make first downs. If you go 3 and out, it does no good to play fast. So you have to make first down.
I'm not sure Kansas State got the one player off the field that they were trying to replace in their defense. If he got off, it was barely. I don't see a flag. But that's how fast that was happening. They tried to put one different guy on the defensive side, and that was the guy that was running off right there, Ryan Mueller. And I guess he made it to the sideline because there's no penalties. So it's 3rd down and 4. 10th play already of the drive. Bill Snyder saying you got to give our guys at least a chance to get players out there. I'm sure something to that effect anyway. They're going to try to do it on the ground, and they get it. Glasco Martin again. 2 big runs on this series of downs.
See, right now, Kansas State is more concerned about the passing game, so they've got their both safeties back. So it's a numbers game. The numbers say run the football. If both safeties are back, there's not as many guys around the ball. Run the football, and Baylor is paying for it.
First down at the 12-yard line. And now it's going to be Florence who's going to keep it, following his tailback and heading to the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Seventh rushing touchdown of the year by the Baylor quarterback.
Well, you're going to see 2 great blocks. Watch the tailback first, number 8 Martin, and then right in the bottom of your screen, the wide receiver Terrence Williams, number 2, got a block on the edge and maintained that block, and that enabled the quarterback Florence to get to the end zone. The running game and the balance of the Baylor offense right now is really causing problems for this K-State defense.
Kansas State with a guy down. It's Adam Davis, one of their starting defensive ends. It was a very good one, in fact.
You know, last week in the loss at Oklahoma, Nick Florence had season high of 83 yards rushing. He had 15 carries. I mean, what Oklahoma said, we're not going to let you beat us throwing the football. They locked up the receivers, played a lot of bump and run coverage, but they were vulnerable to some quarterback runs, and Nick Florence had a big day running the football, and that was similar right there. The defense is concerned about other things. They don't take care of the quarterback, and he's able to get it in the end zone.
Obviously, tempo's part of it, but I'm telling you, the play calling right now by Philip Montgomery is sensational, the offensive coordinator for Baylor. They have completely mixed it up, and they've got Kansas State mixed up.
Yep. It was fun to watch them in practice on Thursday also, because they go super fast in practice, except for 2 little sessions where they slow it down and go over their blitz pickups. But for the most part, it's just as fast as they are in the game, and they don't work off of a script. The offensive coordinator is signaling plays in, and he's just going like he would do in a game. And he told us yesterday it's great practice to prepare for the game. Instead of having everything scripted out, he's calling plays and seeing the results and kind of doing it like he would do in a game. And right now, he's on his game.
He told Holly that he thought they ran 150 plays in practice the other day. That's doing it in a hurry. Again, they're helping Adam Davis, a senior out of Folkestone, Georgia, off the field. And that would be a big loss. He combined with Meshach Williams, a great player of defensive ends. They lead the club in tackles for loss and sacks. They haven't been anywhere near the quarterback tonight because right now Florence is throwing it so fast they're not even close to him. Aaron Jones to try to cap off another touchdown drive of 75 yards and 11 plays, and number 11 did it himself. A little over 3 minutes. Another quick scoring drive. Baylor Bears trying to pull the upset. They lead again 14-7. Our aerial coverage tonight in Waco is provided by the MetLife Blimp. You can see how MetLife can provide the coverage you need. MetLife, I can do this.
We talked about Nick Florence needing to get off to a great start. He's got 1 passing touchdown. This is a running touchdown, but they got away with one here. I mentioned Terrence Williams, a wide receiver, got a good block. Here he is up right here. He can get away with a hold on this one. I mean, it doesn't get called. He has his hand on the back of the jersey. They don't call it. Florence gets in the end zone, and Baylor has a touchdown lead.
Aaron Jones set to kick. Kansas State only gives up 18 points a game. They've given up 14 in the first 8.5 minutes tonight. Deep kick, and Kansas State will take a knee as we check in with Reese Davis. Reese?
Brad, time for our Dr. Pepper conference update. Also in the Big 12 tonight, Oklahoma making the trip to Morgantown, and West Virginia still challenged to tackle. Landry Jones to Jalen Saunders, and Saunders took it to the house. Oklahoma just scored again after this one, and now they have a 24-10 lead. Jones 15 of 20 for 240 in the first half.
All right, thanks, Reese. Same conference, different teams right here, and Baylor up on the #1 team in the country by a touchdown. Colin Klein, nice play fake, and down he goes. Bryce Hager, the middle linebacker, with a sack.
It's a little bit of a delayed blitz, and it fooled. He's right here in the middle. He's going to pause a little bit and then come through, and they're not able to pick him up clean. It's only 5 guys rushing, but Hager kind of got lost and is in for the sack.
Klein is a big guy, hard to bring down, but when you come that clean, that's only the 11th sack Kansas State's allowed this year. And it puts the Wildcats in a hole. Second down at 18. Klein now changing things up. Throws far side, complete. Not getting back to the original line of scrimmage, though, is Chris Harper.
Now that's a big-time tackle out there by Joe Williams, because, again, we talked about Harper, 235 pounds. There's not many bigger wide receivers, and the thing with him is if you get him the ball and he breaks a tackle, he turns a short pass into a big gain. Excellent tackle out in the flat by Joe Williams.
Well, they're good on third down, 50%, but they have to earn this one. Third down and 11. 3 wideouts for Colin Klein. in the shotgun. Baylor thinking about bringing an extra rusher. They'll back out of that. Klein throws complete. What a catch. Tremaine Thompson had to put it in that spot, and he had to make a heck of a catch, and he did, in a 17-yard pickup on 3rd and 11.
Well, they thought Tremaine Thompson might have a big game tonight, especially since they didn't think Lockett was going to be able to play. Beautiful touch throw over the underneath coverage of the defense for the first down.
Wow, what a pitch and catch that was. First down at the 41-yard line.
Again, first down has been a big play action pass down for Kansas State.
Now they got a pistol set with Wilson, the extra blocker. Hubert straight up the middle. He gets it across the 45 out to the 47-yard line. Ahmad Dixon made the tackle, a pickup of 6.
One of the differences in Kansas State's offense this year, I mentioned the improved passing of Colin Klein. It's also his improved knowledge of their offense and the offseason work he put in. He does a lot more work at the line of scrimmage and communicating and changing plays and checking to other options than he did a year ago.
I think that might be the first meeting between Dixon and Hubert. Those guys have been playing football together since they were 6 years old. And Dixon just made the tackle on his old friend. Hubert again. And flags are down. Terrence Lloyd's got him wrapped up. But a penalty marker on the play.
In the area where you would expect holding.
Holding. Offense. Number 73. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
There's Jalen Hubert. John's daughter.
Well, we mentioned coming into the game, Kansas State, the least penalized team in college football, averaging 3 a game. That's their
second down.
3rd.
Second down at 14. Klein lofts one on a screen pass to Hubert. He's got a blocker in front, got around one man, tripped up as he got to the 47-yard line by Bryce Hager, and we check in with Holly.
Well, guys, as you mentioned, John Hubert is from Waco, Texas, here visiting with the Kansas State Wildcats. I talked to him before the game, and he said he grew up about 10 miles away from this stadium where he's playing right now. I said, how fun is this and how exciting is it? And he looked at me and said, oh, this is fun. I've got 30 to 40 friends and family coming to watch me. He really meant to show out and have a good game tonight in front of his hometown fans.
Got a good start here in the first quarter. 3rd down and 4. All 3 wideouts to the near side for Colin Klein. He's going to go deep down the middle, and he overshot Tremaine Thompson.
Well, he didn't get any help from his buddy Hubert on this one. Hubert was responsible for picking up the blitzing linebacker Hager and did an Olay. Watch number 33 try to block the outside. He just doesn't get good position, and Hager goes right by him. There's no way that he should have been into Colin Klein that quickly, and Klein not able to get his feet set to make a good throw.
Ryan Dorr into punt. Levi Norwood waits back on the other end at about the 10-yard line. High kick. Norwood's just going to let it go. He got all of this one. And it's going to land at the goal line and bounce in the end zone. 53-yard punt. And Baylor will have it back on offense in a second. But right now, time for our Aflac trivia question. Kansas State ranked number 1 in the BCS for the first time in school history. What year did Kansas State win its first ever bowl game and finish the season ranked in the final AP poll? See if that confuses you as much as it does me. Out to the 25. So far, Kansas State has not been able to slow down the Bears offense. And with 2:33 remaining, the ball should be at the 20-yard line, shouldn't it? Not at the 25. That wasn't a kickoff. That was a punt. There we go.
Part of the problem for Kansas State, again, remember they're playing without their starting safety, Ty Zimmerman. And that's a big loss. And so they're playing right now to protect against the pass and to help out the other safety who's in, Dante Barnett. So they're playing with 2 safeties back here. The 2 safeties back, what that does is it makes it easier to run the football for Baylor because there's less guys in the so-called box to stop the run.
First down at the 20-yard line. Florence almost perfect tonight. Quick throw off the play action. His receiver slips and gets out to the 27, though. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 3. Holly?
Wildcats starting defensive end Adam Davis tested out his left knee on the sideline here. The athletic trainer Matt Thomason said, "Hey, are you good?" He shook his head. Yes, he should be able to return.
2nd down and 3. This time Florence rides it and gives it to his tailback. Whoops, don't go that way. You had a 1st down. Seastrunk had a 1st down and ends up at the line of scrimmage. Not quite sure why he headed back that way.
Yeah.
And they'll let him know that, I'm sure, the coaching staff.
Well, you can't make a big play every play. You know, make the smart play. Keep the chains going. Again, if you want to play up tempo, it's critical that you get 1st downs, and that's what Baylor has been doing so far tonight.
He had a 1st down across the 30. Instead, it's 3rd down and 3. Florence throws over the middle, incomplete, broken up by Nigel Malone. And instead of a 1st down, as Florence is looking for a flag, it's going to be a punting situation.
Little pressure from Ryan Mueller, number 44. First time they've been able to get a little bit of pressure around the quarterback, Nick Florence, and that forced the errant throw and a punt.
Well, you just can't do what they did on that running play. Get the 1st down and then give it right back to him. 4th down, and Spencer Roth will have to punt. Harper and Thompson are both back deep for Kansas State. This one's going to bounce at the 30, and Kansas State will have to let it go. And now it's been touched by Baylor. And I think they'll put it down at about the 28-yard line.
Well, these two guys, Tim Tebow on the left, Colin Klein, they remind me so much of each other. Both of them had a little bit of a hitch in their throwing motion, but as seniors, incredibly efficient throwing the football. And then their ability to improvise and run. Neither one of them flashy, make you miss kind of runners, but rugged, hard guys to tackle in the open field, and especially in the red zone. They became like a fullback, running the football in the red zone, and extra blockers available, and then both fiery leaders on the sideline, on the field. Very, very similar people.
One won a Heisman. This guy right now would be the leader probably for that trophy. Nice hit on the tight end Travis Tannehill as we check in with Reese.
All right, Brad, Taco Bell studio update, Stanford and Oregon. After Marcus Mariota had a 77-yard run on this drive, Shane Scove stops him on 4th and 1. And right now, Stanford is driving. If you want to flip over to ABC and watch that game, you can watch our game on your Watch ESPN app.
2nd and 4. Klein's going to keep this one, and Collins got a 1st down as he backpedals across the 40 out to the 42.
He's such a patient runner. You know, I think he knows his skills. He knows that he's not going to be a guy that's going to outrun a lot of people. Look how patient he is, getting right on the hip of his lead blocker piece, had his hand on his hip, and just follows him right into the hole.
Collins got 5 completions to 5 different receivers already, but that 1st down with his legs. Final seconds of the 1st quarter. And an exciting 1st quarter. They're just going to regroup here and let the clock wind down to end the first 15 minutes. Baylor by a touchdown at the end of 1. Baylor Bears just trying to get to 5 wins on the season and trying to spoil the Wildcats' year. In the last 9 years, being in this conference and being a #1 in the BCS has not been a good thing necessarily. Look at what's happened since 2003. You get to that point and all of a sudden you get shocked. And right now it's only 15 minutes into this one, but you see the question marks on top. Kansas State, first time ever #1 in the BCS standings, and at the end of the 1st quarter trailing by a touchdown.
Now, and this is when you really lean on your leaders, and Colin Klein is one of the best leaders in college football. 14 starting seniors on this team. This is when you count on those guys to settle the whole team down.
He's 21-4 in his career. Here he is on a run off kind of a zone read. He got a couple of yards. Terrence Lloyd made the tackle. Bring up 2nd down and 8. Brad Nessler, Todd Blackledge, Holly Rowe, and our ESPN crew. We're in Waco, Texas, Floyd Casey Stadium, where Baylor is a touchdown up on the #1 team in the country. Scoring drives of 75 and 82 yards for Baylor. Their defense doing a pretty good job making Kansas State earn everything. Kansas State's touchdown drive only went 38 yards.
If you're Kansas State now, you got to try to get Harper, your big wide receiver, involved a little bit now.
Klein to throw, pump fake on a stop and go, deep sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off back of the 21-yard line. And it's Joe Williams.
Defensive coordinator Phil Bennett told us that Joe Williams has been battling a foot injury the last couple weeks. He didn't look like it on this one. He didn't bite on the pump fake. He stayed right stride for stride and made a nice play on the football as they tried to get the ball to Harper.
Baylor leading Kansas State 14-7 in the second quarter as we continue Dr. Pepper's road to the championship. A little while ago, we asked you our Aflac trivia question for the Knights. Number one of the BCS for the first time. What year did they win their first ever bowl game and finish a season ranked in the final AP poll? 93. They went 9-2-1. Ended up ranked 20th in the final AP poll. They had a shot back in 98 when they were 11-0 to get to the title game before Texas A&M took care of business in the Big 12 championship game. Here they are at 10-0. But down a touchdown as Baylor takes over on the interception. And Seastrunk got a couple before Arthur Brown made the tackle. Let's see if Baylor continues to go with their hurry-up offense. It certainly has worked to near perfection so far in this first half.
Well, take a look again. Look at these splits of these wide receivers. How wide they are. They stretch the defense so much and try to create space, not just for running it, but also quick throws.
Here's the quick throw off play action, and the ball is out at the end. Kansas State's got it, unless he didn't catch it.
Okay, now they're saying incomplete.
I thought it popped out before he really had possession too, but let's wait and see.
There's also a flag down as well.
Offside. Defense, number 55. Line up in the neutral zone.
That's the third time on the same guy.
Second out.
Adam Davis, the defensive end. Now, one of those three was declined in the first possession, but that's the third time, and Bill Snyder is letting them know you can't play if you can't line up on sides.
Martin now checks into the backfield. They've used him in short yardage with his 220-pound body. This time they fake it to him and throw to the far side. It'll be close to a first down to Terrence Williams.
Well, that was a quick read by Alan Chapman, too, and that's one of those that you got to put in the back of your mind if you're Terrence Williams and Nick Florence and say, if Chapman is going to break that quickly on the quick throw, we got to try to run by him.
They're down at a yard, though. Now they'll run it, and it is a first down run by Glasco Martin.
I would come right back now and go a stop and go or some kind of a double move on Chapman and see if he'll bite quick. And see if you can get a big one.
Florence, the play fake, throws near side, incomplete. Way out in front of Lanier Sampson. You know what it reminds me, Ledge, a little bit of, and I know it was a long time ago, but Drew Brees and Purdue used to kind of do some of what they're doing right now. Maybe not as quickly, but
they spread you out the same way. Spread you out, the ball's out of the quarterback's hands quickly. It takes a defensive line kind of out of the game because the tempo slows them down.
2nd and 10. On the run is Martin, and maybe got to the line of scrimmage. That's about it. Jarrell Childs runs him out of bounds on the far side.
This feels like the first long yardage third down situation Baylor's had in the game, too. So 2 good plays on 1st and 2nd down that time by the Wildcat defense.
It is 3rd down and 9. From the 34. Florence.
Free play.
And he's going to run with it. He's going to get the first.
Oh my gosh.
He got the first down, but he almost had his head taken off by Dante Barnett.
Well, Art Briles wants to make sure he's okay first and foremost before he calls another play because he took quite a shot. Arthur Brown the middle linebacker is the guy who jumped offside. So Florence knew he had a free play, decided to run, and took a great shot at the end of that play by Dante Barnett. Again, the guy, the true freshman who's in there for Ty Zimmerman.
There are 2 fouls, both against the defense. Offside, defense, penalties decline. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the defense, number 24. 15 yards will be added to the end of the run.
Well, I don't know how Dante Brown can make that look like, how did they call that? It's an easy call. There's the easy call on the offside, and I think this one's just as easy on the other end as Florence is trying to slide.
Right, the referee said 24, it was really 22. Yeah, I mean, he hit him right above the head, above the shoulders. You can't do that. He's going down.
And a first down at the 41. So the Bears keep the drive moving by penalty. Florence thinking long, going long. Man there, just through the fingertips of Terrence Williams. Probably should have had it.
Yep. Last week in the game up at Oklahoma, they took 9 shots like this down the field and only hit 1 of them. That one was very close to being caught for a touchdown.
If he dives for that one, maybe. It was a little bit out in front of him. Now Florence going to throw long in the middle. That's a dangerous throw, and it's intercepted by Nigel Malone. And Florence is down. Pops back up, but he took a big shot as he threw back across the field in the middle. Throwing late and throwing in the middle is never a good recipe.
Well, the inside pressure forced him to leave the pocket. And when he did, he tried to throw late. He didn't get his feet set. The ball was underthrown. And that K-State defense, that's their 27th forced turnover of the year.
Last night, Alpha Tau Omega fraternity hosted the annual bed races and chili cook-off. Little fun on 5th Street here in Waco. Kansas State with the interception takes over at the 13-yard line. The 12th interception thrown by Nick Florence this year on a ball that never should have been thrown.
Yeah.
I know he's aware of that.
And the other thing Kansas State has done when they've forced turnovers, they've scored off of them. 114 points they've scored off of turnovers this year.
I may have said the 13-yard line, beg your pardon, the 8. So they start inside their 10 and work it out to the 13-yard line as we check in with Reese Davis.
All right, Brad, get you up to date on ABC, Stanford and Oregon. After the Cardinal got that stop on 4th down against the Ducks, 15-play, 93-yard drive. Kevin Hogan takes it in. Cardinal with a 7-0 lead, and they've got the ball back in Eugene.
So another team in the top of the BCS standings trailing by a touchdown.
A lot of pressure these teams are playing under that are at the top of the standings here the last couple weeks of the year.
Here's a stretch play to John Hubert. And Baylor stretches it out, stops him shy of the first down, picked up about 3, and it'll be 3rd down and short.
The thing the Baylor defense is doing tonight, and again, you got to remember, coming in, this team was ranked last in the country in 3rd down defense and yards given up. There's Phil Bennett, the defensive coordinator. What they're doing tonight is they're making Kansas State earn every yard. They have not given up a big, easy play yet. And the last time Colin Klein tried to throw downfield, they intercepted him.
This one you think maybe will be Colin Klein. 3rd down and a yard. It's a run for him all the way, and he didn't get it. Gary Mason's on the bottom of that pile, and it's 4th down and a yard.
There's not a very big defensive front that Baylor has, but a quick stunt, a quick slant. They were able to beat the offensive line to the punch and stop Colin Klein short of the 1st down marker.
Not too many people stop the 225-pound quarterback on a 3rd and 1, but they do, and they force the punt. Ryan Dorn inside his own 5-yard line to kick. Levi Norwood waits on it at the 32-yard line. Made the first couple guys miss, and he got it out. Still on his feet to the 45. Nice return and good field position for the Bears. They'll be at their own 45 with 10:05 remaining in the half and a touchdown lead when we come back. by Baylor has them setting up shop at the 45-yard line, leading by a touchdown with just over 10 minutes remaining in the first half. Pistol set here with Seastrunk behind Nick Florence. Now they shift out of that. It'll be Seastrunk up the middle for a couple. Gang tackled by the Wildcats. First two drives, Baylor with long scoring marches. The next two, only 25 yards, a punt, and then the interception a few moments ago.
Well, this is a good Kansas State defense. I mean, make no mistake about it. But the good thing for Baylor is they got on top, which they needed to do to make Kansas State play from behind. Play with the lead if you're Baylor.
They fake the fly sweep, and Florence goes down for a loss of about a half-yard. Violet Tui and Meshach Williams combine on the hit, and now it's third down and long.
Last two possessions anyway. A little more aggressiveness out of this front seven. Meshach Williams up, favoring his right shoulder.
He's their leading sack artist. Had 2 sacks, 7 tackles, and he was the defensive player of the week in the win over TCU last week.
Well, he's the guy who collided with the back. Goodly.
And it was that right shoulder right there. Oof. So they're helping him off. They've already helped Davis off. He's since come back in, and now the other defensive end goes out shaken up.
But the problem now, that's your best pass rusher on this 3rd down and 8 that has to come out for a play at least.
Baylor tonight's 4 for 4 rushing on 3rd down. You would think they're going to have to throw this one on 3rd down and 8s. 4 wideouts. Kansas State thought about a corner blitz, and now Florence just takes his time, walks up to his line. And now backpedals into the shotgun on 3rd down and long.
Kansas State showing man-free coverage, bringing extra rushers.
Quick throw on the slant. Putting the brakes on is Norwood to get the first down. Boy, had he continued in that pattern, I think they would have stopped him shy of the first down. But you're talking about some front disc brakes on this one, Todd.
And it was one-on-one against the new guy again. Barnett, the safety, gets frozen. Actually, it was Milo, number 23, who got frozen. Wide receiver on a safety. Matchup favors offense.
Got a 19-yard pickup, and now Florence play action is going to go to the back. Seastrunk. He puts a nice move on just to get back to the line of scrimmage and get a yard out of it. Ryan Mueller got to Florence that time, so Nick kind of straightening his helmet and his pads, but they did get a yard. 2nd down and 9 coming up at the Kansas State 33. Throw out, wide receiver screen is complete. Around the 26-yard line, Lanier Sampson with the catch, and it's 3rd and short. So they had 4 conversions on 3rd down on runs. The last one by pass. And now on 3rd and 2, it's on the ground again, and they get another one. 3rd and 2, they got 3. Glasco Martin.
Again, it's a numbers game on whether you run or pass. If K-State shows 2 safeties back, that means less people around the ball, and so you run the football. That's why they're having success on 3rd down. K-State is concerned without Zimmerman trying to protect their new safety in the game. They keep their safeties back. That means run the football.
And now a fumble. I think Florence got back on top of it. Glasco Martin dropped it, and Florence still tucking a shoulder in there. I'm sure they had the football.
A little problem with the mesh here. You want to ride this out, read it, make a decision to pull it out the last minute or keep it with the back. Very fortunate they got it back because they're in scoring territory right now.
With 2nd down and 14, backed up to the 27-yard line. K-State jumped, free play. Florence going to the end zone. Jump ball intercepted at the goal line, but I think it's going to be negated by an offside penalty. And it might have been Meshach Williams, who had just come back in after hurting his shoulder, who jumped.
Offside. Defense number 42.
Well, Adam Davis has jumped off 3 times. Arthur Brown jumped off once, and now Meshach Williams, the other defensive end, jumps off sides. You got to just watch the football. You can't listen to the quarterback. Watch the football. Stay on sides. There's no noise problem because when the offense has the ball at home, the crowd is quiet. So, I mean, there's no excuse for these mental mistakes and penalties that Kansas State is getting hit with tonight.
40 yards worth on 5 penalties, 4 of them on the defense. Brings it back to 2nd down and 9. Nyber, the tight end, on the left side, a stand-up position. Blitz coming. Florence throws to the end zone. Touchdown, Terrence Williams. "22-yard strike." 20-7 Baylor.
What a beautiful read by Nick Florence. Kansas State showed blitz with their inside linebackers. He paused, read it, made the adjustment. They came with the blitz. He knew he had single coverage outside, and again, the new safety, Barnett, late getting there to help.
Baylor's got a 2-touchdown lead on the #1 team in the country. Things getting wacky in Waco. Baylor 21-7. (21-7) Baylor, as we take a look at our Mitsubishi Motors drive recap. Todd?
Well, on this last touchdown, what Florence saw is he saw these linebackers showing blitz. So he knows he's got single, and then this safety, again, the new guy, Barnett, is going to take a bad angle to try to help the corner. They pick up the blitz. He throws the post pattern. The safety undercuts it. Bad angle to help the corner. And it's a touchdown for Baylor. And Nick Florence is seeing it. He's feeling it. And he's throwing the ball accurately.
First touchdown drive, he was 5 for 5. That touchdown drive, he was 4 for 4. There's his numbers as they went 55 yards in 8 plays in a little over 3 minutes.
He's made one bad decision tonight.
That was
the interception. Yeah. That was the only bad decision. A ball he shouldn't have thrown, but he's bounced right back. And he's got his team with a 2-touchdown lead.
Aaron Jones to kick off. This one will be returned from the 2. Tremaine Thompson. Thompson following his blockers, but he only gets out to the 22-yard line, and that's where Kansas State will go to work after we check in with Reese Davis.
All right, Brad, time for Sports Center right now, presented by Discover Card. And boy, Notre Dame could have a very profitable day. Irish rooting for Baylor and Stanford. Sierra Wood ran through Wake Forest. 38-0 was the final. Wood only 11 carries, but went for 150 yards.
You know Notre Dame is watching this one. They're watching Stanford and Oregon, and they're liking what they see right here in Waco. Baylor a 2-touchdown lead over the #1 team in the country. Klein, it's in and out of the hands of Angelo Pease. And we check in with Holly.
Well, just before that kick, Bill Snyder, the Kansas State coach, was speaking with the referee, Novak. He was complaining about the way the Baylor center is snapping the ball. He's saying that the center is making a false movement that looks like he's snapping the ball, and that is what is causing them to have all these offside penalties tonight. Guys, that's crucial because that last penalty negated an interception. There may not have been a touchdown, so we'll see if they get that fixed.
And we'll see if Bill gets a call or two before the game's over because of that. 2nd down and 10. Klein throws complete. Oops, incomplete. That's the second one intended and targeted for Pease, and he should have had that. He was thinking about where he was going with the ball and forgot to take it with him.
Yeah, the first one wasn't a great throw. This one was an excellent throw. If he catches it and doesn't run a yard, it's a first down and new life for the Kansas State offense. As it turns out, it's 3rd and long again against this rejuvenated Baylor defense.
Harper and Lockett come out to the near side on 3rd down and 10. Crowd really getting into it right now for the Bears defense. Klein, plenty of time, starting to run out of it, completes it on a crossing route, but Tannehill, the tight end, is cut down by Ahmad Dixon. Punting time again for K-State.
Ahmad Dixon playing with a different number tonight. He's been number 6 all year, wearing number 26 tonight for a fallen comrade. Rodney Chadwick, their linebacker, who was lost for the rest of the year last week against Oklahoma. Big time play on 3rd and 10.
One of our impact players. We sat down with him yesterday. He's a heck of a football player. Second straight 3 and out for Kansas State. Punting time for Ryan Dorr again. High, lazy kick, fair catch. Levi Norwood will take it around the 36-yard line. Don't forget, tomorrow you can get your NFL Sunday started off right. 10 o'clock Eastern. It's NFL Sunday Countdown. Chris Berman and the gang provide all the latest news and updates from stadiums around the league. And before you set your lineups, catch Fantasy Football Now at 11 on ESPN2. Our experts provide the latest news, injury reports, and predict the top fantasy performers. This would be a fantasy night for Baylor if they can hold on to this lead through the second half. They lead by 14 with 5:41 left in the second quarter.
I think in some cases, if you're a coach of a team, you'd be happy to go into halftime like this. But I think Art Briles is going to keep the pedal down because Kansas State has not showed any signs of slowing them down.
Pump fake, long ball. Florence down the sideline, in and out of his intended receiver's hands, but there's a flag. Terrence Williams and Gerard Milo tangled up back there in the secondary.
I think Milo's going to get the penalty for hitting above the shoulder.
Yep. Offense number 2.
Well, they call on Williams.
First down.
Chapman doesn't bite on it. Good position by Chapman. There it was. The push on the back of Chapman. That's a good call. He pushed off to make a play on the football. That's the right call.
So that backs it all the way up to the 21-yard line for Baylor.
Now Nick Florence needs to be smart. He needs to take care of the football. Again, that was one of the keys. Take care of the football against this very opportunistic Kansas State defense.
Remember, he's thrown 1 interception already in the half. Here he gives it off to his tailback. Almost a horse collar tackle on Seastrunk by Randall Evans. But they get back part of that penalty. And they bring it up at the 31-yard line. 2nd and 15. Again on the ground, and sliding through is Seastrunk. Good run out to the 41-yard line. Pick up a 10 more, and now they've got a manageable 3rd down. Going in a hurry. Timeout. Kansas State's defense wants to try to regroup and prevent a 3rd down and 5 with exactly 5 remaining in the first half. Timeout. Our aerial coverage over Floyd Casey Stadium provided by the MetLife Blimp. See how MetLife can provide the coverage you need. MetLife, I can do this. Can Baylor do 3rd down and 5? Kansas State called a timeout to try to get their defense set.
Where they've hurt him on 3rd down is the inside receivers working against the safety, staying away from the corners. Chapman and Malone working against the safeties instead.
8th time Baylor's had a 3rd and 5 or less. Quick slant, caught. Forward progress should be good enough for Levi Norwood.
And that's exactly what they did. They went to the slot receiver, working against the safety Barnett. Quick throw and a 1st down.
Baylor has all of its timeouts remaining. Kansas State down to 1 after calling one to get their defense set, and it didn't help them. 1st down at the 47. Seastrunk going wide. Kansas State's all over that. Meshach Williams made the first contact, and then Violet Tui finished it off.
This is a defense that has been very solid all year. There's 9 senior starters on this defense, and all 9 were also transfers. 8 of them junior college transfers. 1 Arthur Brown transferred from Miami. It's a veteran, experienced group of guys.
Florence keeps it himself. Little hesitation and then a slide near a 1st down. And he's looking over the sideline and said, "Oh, I hit the deck a little bit too short, about a yard."
I don't blame him after that last shot he took when he did that.
Exactly. Now busting through is Seastrunk. And Seastrunk's got it inside the 35 to the 33 of the Oregon transfer with 11-yard carry.
That was all the result of the quick snap. I mean, Kansas State was not set on defense. They quick snapped him. Seastrunk busted through there and easily picked up the 1st down.
at the 33-yard line, looking for more points. As Todd said, keeping the pedal to the metal with a 2-touchdown lead. Seastrunk again found a big hole off the left side. Still going. It's 1st and goal, Baylor. Ball came out at the end, but I think he was down right there, says the field judge.
This defensive front looks tired. Seastrunk looks winded, but the defensive front of Kansas State looks really winded. They're not getting down in their stance. They're not getting off blocks. And they're having all kind of problems.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Under review.
Last play is under review. We'll take a look at it here.
Ruling on the field. Runner's knee was down before the ball came loose.
And it sure looked like it was.
Yeah.
Looked like both knees were down.
I don't think the Kansas State defense is used to being on the field this much in the first half. You know, their offense is a ball control, possess the ball, time of possession offense, and they have not been able to do that tonight.
Like you said this morning when we were talking about it, Kansas State time of possession means something to them. To Baylor, they don't care.
Right. No, they want to score
After
fast.
review, the runner's knee was down before the ball came out. The runner's knee went down with possession at the 6-yard line. So it'll be 1st and goal at the 6.
Baylor has now run 43 offensive plays in the first half. That is a lot for this Kansas State defense. And again, they're not used to being out there this much.
Baylor averages 80 plays a game. And they're on pace for more than that. And they're on pace for more points right here. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. Glasco Martin checks in to join Florence in the Baylor backfield. Still 3.5 minutes remaining in the quarter. Doesn't take Baylor long to move it down the field. Everything's clicking, including being almost perfect on 3rd down conversions tonight. From the 6. Second effort gets Glasco Martin to the 2-yard line.
Glasco Martin on the carry. Trials with the tackle.
All right, Briles looking on. 2nd down and goal for his Bears at the Wildcat 2. Martin is in. Now the ball is out again, but it's a touchdown.
Ball just has to cross the plane in the possession of the runner, and that's what they're ruling. Martin is their bigger back, 220 pounds. Nice job by Cyril Richardson, the left guard, leading that play up through there. And that's clearly a touchdown. The 44th, 45th play of the first half for the Baylor offense against a tired Kansas State defense.
With 2:54 remaining in the first half, it's 28-7, unranked Baylor. How about this, Reese Davis?
Well, a shocker going on in Waco. Primetime pulse right now on ABC. Stanford and Oregon are now tied. Stanford went for it on a 4th and 1, had Ryan Hewitt wide open. Hogan short-armed it. Oregon walked down and scored. Game momentum's changed there a little bit. Vanderbilt and Tennessee's on ESPN2, and James Franklin's team opening up a can on the Big Orange right now.
Number 2, Oregon's got their hands full with Stanford. And boy, does number 1 Kansas State have some problems in Waco right now. 28-7 Bears. Just went 64 more yards in 9 plays. Under 3 minutes to get another touchdown. Aaron Jones been a busy kicker. Ball taken to the 4-yard line by Tremaine Thompson. Thompson, a little convoy up the sideline, then he took a helmet right in the chest from Ahmad Dixon on the special teams.
Well, Colin Klein, it started out pretty good for him. He was 5 for 6 to start the game, including a touchdown pass. That made the score 7-7, but since that point, a little bit more of a problem. He underthrew this pass, trying to go deep, was intercepted, And when he's tried to run the football, the Baylor defense has been pretty locked into number 7, not allowing him to get to the second level and make big plays.
Good starting field position, though, at the 37 for Kansas State. They'd like to get any kind of points before the break. Klein pump faking out deep, ball down the middle. He's got a man there, and it's caught by Chris Harper. Big gainer all the way down to the 27-yard line.
See, that's the size of Harper. 6'1", 234 pounds. He hobbles off the field, but his ability to body up a defender, you just can't get around that big body to make a play on the ball. And a beautiful throw by Colin Klein.
Boy, he hobbled off the field and then just collapsed over there on the sideline. From the 27, Klein comes to the near side, and that one's complete as well. Tyler Lockett out of bounds after a 5-yard pickup. Harper, I think it was his hip. It looked like when he was heading to the sideline, and he's still on the deck over there. Second down and 5. Ball at the 22-yard line of Baylor. Plenty of time, only one timeout to work with, but still over 2 minutes remaining in the half for Colin Klein on the Wildcat offense. Plenty of time to throw as well to the end zone, and just over Tyler Lockett. He's looking for a flag.
Yeah, he got it.
And he got it.
Yeah.
From Mike Hicks.
Definitely interfered with as he was going to the football. Excellent protection up front by K-State. Gave Klein a chance to really take a look, a long look at the defense.
Pass interference. Defense number 17. 15-yard penalty. First down.
That 15-yard penalty takes it down to 1st and goal.
Lockett working the middle of the field against the safety. Definite contact before the ball got to the receiver.
Todd Harper's back in there, up to the top of the screen, so he's all right.
Big body, can run slants with him. It's hard to get around him on a quick slant.
1st and goal, Kansas State. Again, plenty of time for Colin Klein to throw. Threw short, and he threw it right into somebody's hands. Gary Mason, I think. Lucky that wasn't intercepted.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to come off to his dump off, which would have been Hubert, but he almost threw another pick. He was trying to just dump the ball off to his safety valve. Hubert didn't get that ball up high enough.
2nd down and goal. Lockett goes out. He's the slot man to the top. Baylor thinking about blitz.
Again, they like double slants. If they sense blitz, they like double slants out here. Let's see if that's what he checked to here.
Baylor thinking about bringing it. And they're going to. Klein, there's the slant. There's the touchdown to Chris Harper. 7-yard scoring pass. And just like that, Kansas State answers.
See, when they read blitz, that's what Colin Klein likes to go to. Baylor showed their hand too soon with the blitz. You got double slants, and you got the big receiver with the big body. Just hard to defend that one-on-one near the end zone.
Huge touchdown with 1:47 remaining in the half. And it only took them a little over a minute to get it. 107 capping a 63-yard drive. Cantelli in for the point after. 28-14. With 1:47 left, a 2-touchdown Baylor lead, and the way they've been playing, it might not stay this score. Let's check in with Reese.
A crazy night potentially in the BCS, Brad. Buick halftime report is not far away. The Duck Dynasty is on the line against Stanford. It has been a slow-paced Cardinal tempo so far. We have new Kings of LA as the Bruins get some business done and win the Pac-12 South. And also a shootout in Morgantown. Scores aplenty between the Sooners and the Mountaineers as the Mountaineers try to stop their free fall.
We've seen this happen before at about this stage of the season. Todd mentioned it earlier. The pressure builds when you're number 1 or number 2 or number 3. Notre Dame handled their business today. Alabama and Georgia, both winners in the top 5 in the BCS. But number 2 and number 1, and in particular number 1 right here, in trouble. Trailing by 2 touchdowns. Cantelli, who just hit the extra point, set to kick away. Antoine Goodley already had a 95-yard kickoff return for a score, negated by a penalty. And here's another high pooch kick. Taken by one of the up men at the 23-yard line, and he gets out to about the 28. And again, the BCS standings brought to you by Tostitos. There you see Notre Dame, a shutout of Wake Forest. Alabama, no problem with Western Carolina. Georgia Southern. Georgia took care of business in Athens. But here you go, partner.
Yeah.
Number 2 and number 1 are both in trouble. We've seen this happen many times.
And it's interesting, you know, Oregon struggling with the strength of Stanford, which is their defense. And right now, Kansas State struggling with Baylor, and the strength of their team is the offense. And you said at the top of the show, Art Briles said to us yesterday, you know what, we got a good football team. Not many people think it, but we think we're a lot better than our record has shown, and they've played like a good football team tonight.
Seastrunk picks up a couple. We're down a minute and a half. Again, Baylor's got all of its timeouts remaining. Nick Florence has been sensational. One bad throw, and that's it. And he's looked like the nation's total offense leader that he is and was coming into this game. Here he is to throw. Wide open man, and he dropped it. Lache Seastrunk, and he's going, oh man, I had some green grass in front of me too.
Well, if they don't convert this one now, Kansas State has a chance to get the ball back again right before the half. Remember, Kansas State will get the ball to start the third quarter. You mentioned how huge that last touchdown was that Colin Klein got him in the end zone to make it a 2-score game.
9 out of 10 on third down conversions for Baylor tonight. Third down and 8 here. Empty backfield for Nick Florence, who has a look to the sideline. 5 wide receivers will be out in the pattern here. Going right all the way, completes it, but can he get to the first down marker? No. Nice open field tackle by Dante Barnett, who's been picked on tonight. He drops Tevin Reese shy of the first down.
I think Kansas State used their last timeout.
Third and final with first down. 30-second timeout.
30-second timeout with 1:04 remaining in the half. Nick Florence, the senior out of Garland, Texas. How about the game he's had in the first half?
He's played beautifully. You mentioned it. One bad throw that got picked off, but he has been sharp. He's been in command. They've mixed the run and the pass beautifully. A beautiful game plan by Philip Montgomery, and Nick Florence has executed it.
18 out of 25 through the air. You saw that 12-yard touchdown run. That was the last touchdown pass. There's the quarterback comparison.
Now, Nick Florence in the Baylor offense leans on the pass more than Colin Klein in Kansas State, but he has definitely had the better of it the first half. Now, remember, right now, Kansas State called that timeout to set up their punt return. They are second in the nation coming into the game in punt return, averaging almost 24 yards per return.
Problem is, Lockett's usually the guy that's running them back. Jermaine Thompson is the deep man. Not that he's not dangerous. Spencer Roth's punt is a dandy. Jermaine Thompson all the way back to the 13-yard line. Weaving through traffic. Thompson out to the 31-yard line. Well, tensions here are at their peak. Same with NASCAR. Kozlowski and Jimmy Johnson, the final race of the season to determine the championship and earn a spot in history. NASCAR chase for the Sprint Cup. Ford EcoBoost 400 at Homestead, Miami. Tomorrow, 1:30 Eastern on ESPN. These guys have been mixing it up, not just on the track, but in the pits with their crews. It'll be fun to watch tomorrow, 1:30 on ESPN. This has been fun to watch in the first half. Colin Klein's got 51 seconds to work with without any timeouts. First down at the 31. Klein pump fakes. Now comes back to the right side. And out of bounds after a 7 or 8 yard pickups, Jermaine Thompson.
Pretty good coverage by Baylor. Right now, if you're Phil Bennett and the Baylor defense, you're saying, guys, keep everything in front. Don't let them get behind us. Don't give up a big, easy play. Make them work it all the way down the field with no timeouts, and then hope that they have to try a field goal at the least.
Second and short, they'll try to get the first down, and I don't know whether or not John Hubert did. He's about a yard shy of the first down with 40 seconds remaining. So now it's 3rd and 1. First of all, you got to get the first down.
Which could mean a Colin Klein run here.
And then maybe spike it, or at least set up in a hurry. 3rd down a yard. He didn't get it on 3rd and 1 the last time he tried. And this time he's got it. And he gets out across the 45 to 46. Clock will stop until they move the chains.
They're going to clock it. When he goes under center.
Stopping it with 33 ticks remaining. So they'd like to at least give Cantelli maybe a shot at a field goal if if not more. And there's Anthony getting ready to warm up on the sideline. He was the Lou Groza kicker of the week last week for his performance in their win over TCU. He might be called upon here before halftime. Klein throws the out. Well, that one took a while to get there, but he got it to Harper, and Harper slides out after a 9-yard gain.
Have to work the sidelines, you know, and again, Baylor is trying to keep everything in front. No cheap ones over the top.
Klein, this one he's going to take off. He's got some green turf in front, and he'll get out of bounds with the first down at the 41-yard line.
Saw in that graphic of Cantelli's career long 54 yards. That was against Oklahoma last year.
His longest this year is 42. But he knows he can hit it from that far by what he did against the Sooners. 21 seconds remaining. Klein pressured from behind. They got a hold of his jersey, but he got the throw complete to his tight end, and he's got another first down.
What a great play. The strength of Colin Klein. They did have his jersey, stayed in there. Terrence Lloyd was the guy putting pressure on, but couldn't pull him down before he made the completion.
In fact, his jersey sort of hanging from behind by the handful they had. But a first down at the 28-yard line. Klein loads, goes, trying to get it to Harper. No flag. Harper thought he was held. Ball ends up harmlessly in the end zone.
Well, there was a collision for sure. I'm not sure if it was a mix-up or what. Harper going with the double move, the stop and go, and there was a collision. I'm not sure if it was interference or not. Ran into Chance Casey on the double move.
9 seconds all that remains now till halftime. You got to go to the end zone and then try to take the field goal. Klein, don't take too much time though. Throws, caught. Going out of bounds is Thompson down at the 7-yard line. 21-yard pass play.
You're right. Get the field goal here. Make it 28-17 if you can, and you get the ball to start the third quarter.
Anthony Cantelli, 17 out of 20 on the year. This should be an easy one. A 23-yard attempt from the right hash. Big 3 points before the break by #1 Kansas State. Makes it an 11-point ball game at halftime. Kansas State usually does a great job to open the second half, and as Todd said, they're going to have the ball first to start the third quarter. So Kansas State in a lot of trouble early, but 10 points at the end, and they're in pretty good shape now as we check in with Holland.
Well, Coach Briles, your team really has the #1 team in the country on the ropes right now, but how were you able to really focus in on that new safety for them on that first touchdown and pick on him a little bit?
Oh, you know, we weren't really focusing on that. We're just doing what we're doing. We got to continue to play, play hot and play well as a team. You know, that little drive right there at the end kind of hurt us a little bit. We got to come out and make a stop to open the second half.
Coach, they did pick up some momentum in that drive. You'd kept their offense off the field. What concerned you about that you've got to get locked down?
Well, we just got to keep playing, Holly. You know, I mean, we're doing pretty well on the offensive side ball. Defense has got some stops, got a turnover too. So we just got to come out and play the second half like we played the first. A lot of emotion. The crowd is doing outstanding tonight. Loud crowd really helping us.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Kansas State 10 unanswered points over the last 147 of quarter #2 to make it 28-17 at the break. As we send it to the Buick halftime report, Reese and the guys are standing by.
First half, they're bigger up front. They're more physical. They've got to get their running game established here in the third quarter on this first drive and take a little pressure off Colin Klein and the passing game.
And again, Kansas State gets the football first to start the third quarter, and that's huge, especially if they can do something with it. Jermaine Thompson will bring it out of the end zone. And he gets out across the 25. Nice return out near the 29-yard line as we check in with Holly.
I checked in with Kansas State coach Bill Snyder at the half, and I asked him about all those penalties in the first half. He said, Holly, that's just discipline, and I take full responsibility. That's my job as a coach. And I asked him about that tempo. We saw them go to the 2-minute drill to end the second half, or the first half, and they got some momentum. He said, oh, yes, I like that. We'll see more of that here in the second half.
All right, well, they've done well on the opening drive of second half so far this year. They could certainly use to add to that statistic right here from the 27-yard line. Colin Klein will keep it, and Klein with his biggest run of the night gets the first down and then some. Bryce Hager runs him out of bounds. Earlier this week, Colin Klein graced the cover of Sports Illustrated as the best player of the nation on the best team. Well, I think everybody has heard over the years about the Sports Illustrated jinx. Is it going to happen tonight? Bill Snyder said earlier this week, I didn't know he was on the cover. I'm not superstitious. I'm not sure if my team is. Colin Klein going deep and overshot everybody. Wonderful article, by the way,
really
though, if you get a chance to read it.
Yeah, it really was.
Kind of tells you about this guy and maybe some of the things you don't know about him. As Todd said, I don't know when's the last time we did a game where both quarterbacks were married.
I know.
And he's married to a good friend of yours daughter.
Yep, Shaylin Spaney, who was a basketball player at Kansas State. Her dad, Gary Spaney, was a linebacker for the Chiefs. Teammate and a very good friend of mine when I was in Kansas City.
Baylor thinking about a blitz on second down and 10. Klein seeing that, resets things with his offense. And now they back out of it. Or do they? They're going to bring it anyway. Pump fake. Klein's going to go long. Near sideline and almost caught by Harper. Went through his hands, I think. And he knows it.
Baylor really sold out on that one. They brought a lot of folks. Colin Klein had to stand in there. I think Harper slowed down. I don't know why he slowed down. Didn't think the ball was coming his way. I think he could have made a play on that football had he not stopped running.
Yeah, that was a good throw under pressure by Klein. Third time the Wildcats have had 3rd and 10 or longer tonight. They want to score or at least keep driving here to open the third quarter. Klein, plenty of time, down the middle, intercepted. Picked off in the secondary, and the Bears are going the other way with Sam Hall.
Well, this was a mix-up because there were 2 Kansas State receivers going to the same area. Watch right in here where the interception is going to take place. You're going to see 2 Kansas State receivers cross the field and get right into the same area. You never want 2 guys in the same spot, and neither one of them was looking for the football.
Second interception of the season, 5th of Sam Hall's career, and a huge one here early in the third quarter. Now you never know, Baylor might take a shot right here at the 38-yard line. Florence will keep it. And he gets to the 32.
There was some real mix-up on that interception. Colin Klein threw the football in an area, 2 receivers.
Now coming wide and picking up the first down. Seastrunk to the 20, or very close.
This guy, when he came here, a transfer from Oregon, he's a native of Texas. Transferred from Oregon, sat out his first year, and they thought this year he would just step right in and be a big-time player. It's taken him a while to learn the offense and get comfortable, but the last 3 or 4 games, a much bigger factor.
This time Florence rides it to him and comes the other way. Nick Florence to the 5. 1st and goal. Ball out at the end. A hand battle with Jared Milo, but it's 1st and goal for Baylor.
Nice read, and they blocked the outside guy, which was Ryan Mueller, number 44, so there was no guy turned loose. Nice fake by Florence. Get the defense running one way, bring it back out the backside.
Glasco Martin in the backfield now. He's going to get the carry straight ahead. Touchdown, Bears. Four-yard touchdown. And they take advantage of the interception in a hurry. We told you at the top of the show, Baylor can score points. And boy, are they doing that tonight. 35-17. First it was Sam Hall with his 2nd interception of the season. And the 2nd thrown by Colin Klein tonight. And then 4 plays, 38 yards, and 49 seconds later, it's 35-17.
But when they got near the end zone, they went to their big package. Glasco Martin right here, he's 220 pounds. The lead back right here, the fullback, he's 260 pounds. Watch the block that Niver gets on Meshach Williams to open this up. 260 pounds, crashes down in on that, and then the big back into the end zone. They put their heavy-duty guys in there close to the goal line, and the running game of Baylor tonight, I think, has surprised Kansas State.
4 straight runs on that drive, including Florence doing some of the damage to get it down to 1st and goal. And now it's a 3-possession game here early in the 3rd quarter. Aaron Jones to kick. Jermaine Thompson about 3 yards deep will bring it out. Follows his blockers. Jermaine Thompson still on his feet across the 45. Nice return again. Gets it out to the 48-yard line.
Jermaine Thompson on the return.
Well, Jermaine Thompson with a nice boost. Again, normally this is Lockett. He's playing wide receiver, but he's not playing in the kick return game. But Thompson does a nice job on this one as his replacement, getting the ball out near midfield for Colin Klein in the offense.
In fact, the tip of the football right at the 50, so a 50-yard return. And a good place to set up shop for Colin Klein and the offense of Kansas State. Klein on 1st down, pumps, now comes over the middle, in and out, and almost intercepted again. In and out of the hands of his intended receiver. That was dangerous again.
He wanted to go to Hubert coming out of the backfield. Hubert's going to release, and Colin Klein thinks he's going to go there right away, and he had to pull the ball down. It wasn't open. He tried to come off to an underneath receiver, and the ball kind of sailed on him.
Luckily, another play for him, though. 2nd down and 10. Takes a couple steps to his left. This one's tapped up in the air again. Gary Mason got his hands on this one.
Boy, I'm sure there's people here in Floyd Casey Stadium that are saying, where has this defense been all year? Giving up 520 yards a game coming in. They have just been all over the place, harassing Colin Klein in this Wildcat offense.
Collins 0 for 5 with an interception so far in the 3rd quarter. Now it's 3rd and 10. Set to throw again. Waits and now fires far side. Too high, too wide for Harper. And it's 4th down.
Too many long yardage 3rd down situations. You know, coming in, Kansas State 50% conversions on 3rd down. But a huge difference when it's 3rd and 1 to 6 compared to when it's 3rd and 7 plus. There's 65% on the shorter yardage and only 26% on the longer yardage, and too many 3rd and 10s tonight for Kansas State.
And that's produced the third 3 and outs right now for Kansas State as Gore punts. And he bounces at the 2. I think they're going to down it at the 1-yard line.
As long as the ball doesn't cross into the plane, your feet can be in the end zone as long as the ball doesn't cross, and I think that's going to be a nice job downing the football inside the 1-yard line for Kansas State.
Marcus Hyde, I think, is the guy that got down there. So Baylor's got a big lead, but they're in a deep hole at their own 1 when we come back.
ESPN College Football Primetime, brought to you by the 2013 LS and all-new LSF Sport, an entirely new pursuit, and Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper, always one of a kind.
Dr. Pepper Museum in the corner of 5th Street and Mary Avenue, right around the corner in Waco from our hotel, as a matter of fact. And the Coach's Trophy presented by Dr. Pepper. There it is, beautiful piece of crystal. Kansas State wanted to play for that baby. They're in trouble right now to ever get the chance, but they do have Baylor backed up at its own 1-yard line. Nick Florence set up about 5 yards deep in his end zone right now, with Glasco Martin, number 8, flanking him there. Quick throw right between the legs of Levi Norwood, incomplete. Any kind of turnover here would be huge for Kansas State. or even forcing a punt by Baylor from their own end zone.
Yeah, they've got to take advantage of this field position switch because they've had trouble slowing down Baylor's offense all night. But they've got them in a position where they've got a little bit of an advantage right now.
Now Florence is under center. Play fake, pump fake, and the throw's intercepted at the goal line. Out of bounds at the 1. Randall Evans with the interception. Wow. Can't make a defensive play much better than that, but that ball shouldn't have been thrown.
Nope. Terrence Williams was the designed receiver. I don't think Florence could see. I think the pressure was in his face, and he couldn't see that his guy was covered so well by the end zone. Watch the pressure right into the pocket. I don't think Florence saw the defender, and an ill-advised throw, and you called it a turnover right here, and all of a sudden Kansas State right back where they wanted to be.
The previous play is under review.
Well, that's a turnover, so they'll look at it, but I don't think there's any doubt in anyone's mind that Randall Evans' interception will set up Kansas State at the 1.
They may be looking as a replay to see if he scored or not, if it's a touchdown. Did the ball cross the plane after Evans had possession?
Boy, that's close. He actually had a foot in the end zone, but I don't know that the ball got across. That's what they're looking at. Scott Novak will talk with Terry Turlington, our replay official.
Boy, as good as Nick Florence has played tonight, he has made 2 really bad decisions, and they both have been interceptions. And this one was even worse because it was from his own end zone.
First time he threw out a shotgun on first down. This is the second pass from the end zone. And there you see basically the left foot of Evans is in the end zone, but whether the ball is or not, I don't know.
The ball just has to cross the plane, just any piece of the football. It doesn't matter if his foot's in the end zone, if the ball is not.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. However, the runner in progress was stopped at the half-yard line. First and goal, Kansas State at the half-yard line.
Got it right, I think. I think it's a good call. But it's first and goal inside the 1.
Well, you would expect this is Colin Klein time here also. Inside the 1, go under center and go quarterback sneak with a guy 6'5", 230 pounds.
They're waiting for the 3 officials, including the referee, to get back from the long run on the replay. Klein, touchdown, Kansas State. Took him 1 play to capitalize on the interception.
This is when you find out about the character of a championship team. You know, guys, teams are going to get tested down the stretch. A team like Baylor, this could make their season to upset the #1 team in the country. So you have to find out, you know, if you want to win a championship, you're going to have to win a game or find a way to win a game like this somewhere along the line. And Kansas State is being put to that test right now.
Cantelli, point after, is good. 12:25 remaining in the 3rd quarter. It's been an action-packed 2.5 minutes of this second half. First of all, interception by Randall Evans. 5 seconds later, Colin Klein, the Heisman hopeful, from a yard out. It's 35-24 in Waco. And the 49ers at 6-2, division leaders. So, 1 play after an interception at the 1-yard line that Nick Florence should have never let leave his hand. Kansas State has closed the gap to 11. Again, a short kick taken at the 16 by Darius Jones, and he only got to about the 22. And we check in with Reese Davis. Reese?
Brad, SportsCenter right now brought to you by Discover Card on ABC. Oregon has taken the lead on Stanford. DeAnthony Thomas, that finished a 16-play, 95-yard drive. On the first snap afterwards, Stanford fumbled on a play in which they got a first down. So Oregon has the ball inside the 35 of the Cardinal now.
Let's see if Nick Florence is affected by that last throw. Starts at the 22-yard line for the Baylor offense this time.
Gotta have short-term memory loss, man. You got to step right back into the saddle, right back into the fire and make plays.
Play action, Florence comes up firing, but it's a one-hopper. Incomplete. Again, Baylor hasn't been in a huddle other than on the sideline all night long. On the ground is Seastrunk. Broke a tackle, got a first down. 12 or 13 yards for Lache Seastrunk.
He looks like he's
got a cramp right now.
He's cramping up.
His right leg, and he's just trying to get to his feet.
Again, the quick snap. Kansas State, the two safeties back. That leaves only 6 people in the box to defend the run. And Baylor has punished them with their running game all night when they've done that.
There's the numbers for Lake. 97 yards on 12 carries. Baylor's got 185 rushing yards tonight. Glasco Martin, who's done a fine job in the backfield as well, comes in to take his spot in the Bear backfield with Nick Florence. And he'll get the call. Gets out to the 39.
See, again, the reason that Baylor is leaning on their run so heavily is because you have one of two choices as a defense. If you play both safeties back, that means the numbers in here favor run. The only option is to take one of those safeties and drop him down in the box to defend the run. That makes you weaker against the pass.
And Martin takes it out to the 49 on the ground. Arthur Brown and Travis Brits make the stop, but not before they move the sticks again. Again, they're playing without that guy, Ty Zimmerman, their leader in the secondary.
And I think that's why they're playing so much two safety, to not put pressure on the new guy.
Florence deep, caught, nope, broken up. Tevin Reese had his hands on it, and Milo got a hand on it to pop it out.
Ball looked like it got too far inside on Nick Florence, but Milo made an excellent play on the ball because Reese had both hands on it. That looked to be a catch, and Milo made a nice play on the football.
Nick Florence has only hit on one of his last 6. He's got 3 wideouts to the top and now 1 in motion back across the field. On 2nd and 10. Arthur Brown makes a stop on Martin as he crosses into Kansas State territory.
It's a big play right here for Nick Florence because Kansas State tried to substitute.
They go quick in a hurry. They try a draw play. Stiff arm and somersaulting is Martin out about 2 yards shy of the first down. It's 4th.
Now Baylor is known to go for it on 4th down. They like doing that. They've tried to go for it 23 times so far this season. They've made 17. And it looks like Art Briles is not even thinking about punting here.
So they roll the dice at the 44-yard line. And now they've got to wait for Kansas State to get their defense out there.
Because Baylor substituted, you have to allow Kansas State time to substitute, and that enables them to get set up. Now, on the 3rd down play, they didn't do that. But on the 4th down play, they allowed him to get set.
Huge play here. Florence, low snap. He got it into his tailback's gut, and he got the first down. Glasco Martin blasts his way to the 40. So they convert their 18th 4th down of the year.
Now do you take a shot right here? You just punched him in the gut with a 4th down conversion. Do you take a shot down the field for a big play?
Lawrence, play action. Fires near side, complete. On the move, Terrence Williams. And Terrence Williams has got it down around the 23-yard line. And again, they run up to the line, and I mean they run up to the line. First down, Baylor. Martin, big hole left side. Martin out of bounds with a flag down around the 11. Might have a holding call here.
Holding, offense, number 78, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Ivory Wade, the center.
Yeah, when a referee throws a flag and the flag actually hits the player, you pretty much know the penalty was on you. Ivory Wade was a starting left tackle for 3 years. He's a center now. He just had a takedown right in the middle of the play.
So it would have been 1st and goal. Instead, it's back at the 34-yard line. Seastrunk back in After having his leg cramp up, Florence is going to be dropped for a loss here of a couple.
Nice play by Meshach Williams that time. Didn't get fooled, stayed at home, played discipline, and made the play on the quarterback.
Now again, Baylor's got receivers running all over the field. And again, Kansas State runs extra defensive backs in. 5 wideouts for Nick Florence on a 2nd and 22. Has a look to the sideline. And we'll step back into an empty backfield. They fake the fly sweep. Florence takes it himself. Ooh, and gets bent in a bad way. And hopefully he's all right.
Well, the tackle was made by Adam Davis. He was the guy that made the play, and he had him held up, and Arthur Brown finished him off. But that was a pretty solid defensive play by Kansas State on 2nd and long.
3rd down and 19. This isn't exactly field goal range right now. And again, an empty set. Florence was under center. Now we'll see if he stays there. Now in the shotgun. 4-man rush. Throws. Going to be a flag back there or not?
Wow. I sure thought there was going to be. Florence got pressure. And at first I thought he was just throwing it away, but he was just giving his guy a chance.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, there's contact. There's a grab. There's all kind of stuff going on. And again, it was Dante Barnett, the freshman. He's got a hold of the jersey, and he made contact when the ball was in the air. That clearly should have been an interference call on Barnett.
So now they will try a long field goal. Aaron Jones has hit from 58 this year.
Timeout, Baylor. First charge of the 2nd half.
And Baylor's going to take a timeout. Fans still upset that there wasn't a flag on the last play. 8:03 remaining 3rd quarter. College football primetime presented by Hampton Hotels. 35-24. Fans still booing here, Todd.
Yeah, well, he was giving his receiver, Terrence Williams, a chance. There was contact and a hold, a grab of the back of the jersey by Barnett in kind of desperation mode, and no call.
Aaron Jones will try a 50-yard field goal to lengthen the Baylor lead to a couple of touchdowns. Kick on the way. It's right down the middle. Can't do it any better than that. 38-24. Just under 8 minutes remaining 3rd quarter. Well, the tensions are at their peak as Brad Kozlowski tries to hold off 5-time champion Jimmy Johnson. Final race of the season to determine the championship and earn a spot in history. It's the NASCAR chase for the Sprint Cup. Ford EcoBoost 400 at Homestead, Miami. It's tomorrow, 1:30 Eastern Time on ESPN. 38-24 now after the field goal. So a 2-touchdown lead. But Kansas State has come out in the 2nd half after finishing off the 2nd quarter with 10 straight points. Then they got a 1-yard plunge by Colin Klein to cut into that lead further. And the answer on the field goal, a 45-yard drive in 12 plays and about 4.5 minutes for Baylor to score one more time. So Jones, who just hit that field goal rather easily, set to kick off. Again, back deep. Tremaine Thompson, who had a nice return, the longest of his season, on the last kickoff. This one might be too deep for any kind of return. He'll take a knee, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Well, when you're a Heisman Trophy candidate and you're the #1 guy going in, here's your ball game. Go
That's
get
right.
them.
This is it. I mean, you know, to win the Heisman Trophy, you have to have defining games, defining moments. And Colin Klein has one of those moments right now. His team is down 2 touchdowns. They're on the road. They're the #1 team in the country. This is what, he couldn't ask for a better situation to be in. Last year in the game in Manhattan that they won 36-35 over Baylor, they scored 10 points in the fourth quarter to come back and win. They've got to come back even further than that in this one.
He's thrown 2 interceptions tonight. First time he's ever done that. Here's a double end around, and Thompson is collared and dropped by Eddie Lache, and a loss of 11. Wow.
A long developing play. You hope the defense is flowing one way. The discipline by Lache, staying at home on the backside. And a huge hole on this drive right away for Kansas State.
All the way back to the 14-yard line. Second down at 21. Colin Klein in the shotgun. Set to throw. Maybe. Now he's going to run with it. And he gets to the 19 or the 20, and Lache made another play.
Well, yet another 3rd and long. This is the 5th time that they've been 3rd or 10 plus in the ball game. And they're only 1 for 4 so far in those situations.
Todd, our spotter Clint Deans just informed me that there's not been 1 substitution by the Baylor defense in this game. That's a lot of guys playing a lot of snaps. And now they try to stop a 3rd and 16. Klein troubled again. Down he goes. And this one's Chris McAllister. And Phil Bennett's defense, their 2nd sack of the night.
Just an inside move. McAllister beats the right tackle. Tavon Rooks gets in there right into the body of Colin Klein. Klein, not enough time to make a play on that one. Just a 4-man rush, and they whip the offensive front.
And now Doors got a kick from his own end zone. Should get good field position out of this. High towering kick, but a fair catch taken at the 47-yard line. 4th 3 and out for Kansas State tonight. Let's check in with Holly.
Baylor's defensive coordinator tonight, Phil Bennett, was working for Bill Snyder back in 2000 at Kansas State. When his wife Nancy was jogging and struck by lightning, she subsequently died, leaving Phil with 2 young children under the age of 10. He was going to quit coaching, move back to Texas and raise his children, but Bill Snyder said absolutely not. He hired him a nanny. At times, Bill Snyder even babysat himself, helping young Maddie with her homework in his office after school. Maddie's in the stands tonight. She met with Bill Snyder before the game, and she got all choked up saying he's been like a grandfather to me. But how ironic that Phil Bennett wouldn't be in coaching if it wasn't for Snyder tonight.
Boy, and he's trying to ruin the dream of Coach Snyder. And right now, Baylor has done a remarkable job with their defense tonight. A defense that's been beaten on and beleaguered. Comes in giving up 520 yards a game, as Todd said earlier. And tonight, they've done a great job against the #1 team in the country. Florence going long. Manziel caught. Terrence Williams. 1st and goal. Baylor.
Terrence Williams is the big-time, big-play guy. Coming in, leading the nation, 159 yards per game in receptions. He just goes and gets it. Florence knows he can throw it out there for him. Williams gets it.
43 yards down to the 9. And now Seastrunk went the wrong way, and Barnett made a play, and a loss on that one.
A little surprised Seastrunk in there at that point. When they get inside the 20, they've had a lot of success with Glasco Martin in the bigger back running instead of Seastrunk.
Well, they switch it up now, exactly when you're talking about it. So 2nd down and goal, but back outside the 15. Oh, if they get another touchdown here, it is a long way to go for the Wildcats. Jordan Nyber, the tight end's on a wing there. He's going to be a blocker. Now he gets out of the way, and here's going to be a Baylor touchdown. Glasco Martin. $15 yards for the score. the hill just got a lot taller for #1 Kansas State to climb. In fact, it's a mountain now.
Well, there's going to be an unblocked guy in the middle of the play right here. Jarrell Childs, the linebacker, is going to fill in and be right here, but he's going to miss the tackle. He's not blocked, but he's going to miss a tackle, and that's going to end up in a touchdown. Bad angle by the safety, Milo, also. That's just poor fundamental defense by Kansas State, and another touchdown for this guy, Glasco Martin.
Still a lot of football left, almost 20 minutes. But now the lead is 3 touchdowns for Baylor. And as Colin Klein and the Kansas State offense have 3 touchdowns in it. And can Kansas State's defense stop Baylor's offense? Those are the 2 big questions to be answered in Waco as we roll along here in the 3rd quarter. Again, the kick will not be returned. But we'll return after we check in with Reese Davis.
Well, Brad, I don't think this is going to be any consolation to Kansas State, but they might clinch a share of the Big 12 anyway tonight. West Virginia and Oklahoma. Geno Smith, look at that catch by Stedman Bailey. And the Mountaineers, who lost 4 in a row, are up by 5 in the 4th quarter on number 12, Oklahoma.
0 offense for Kansas State in the 2nd half. Baylor 147 and up to 460 right now. And Kansas State needs a lot of offense. That might have been a lateral to Tyler Lockett. Got about 3 yards.
Again, this Baylor defense, we just saw West Virginia. Remember, this defense gave up 70 points to West Virginia and Morgantown earlier in the season. 70. And they are playing lights out tonight.
2nd down and 8. Klein, the throw to the outside is complete. Forward progress is going to be kind of close to the 1st down. I think it's going to be about a yard shy.
The good news for Kansas State is there's still a lot of time left. The bad news is their defense has no answers for Nick Florence and the Baylor offense. The only time they've been stopped is when Nick Florence's interceptions have stopped them.
3rd down and 1. Klein's picked up 1 3rd and 1 and been stopped short on 1. This time he'll get it for the 2nd time, a pickup of 5.
Last year, Colin Klein threw for 146 yards and a pair of touchdowns. He ran for 113 yards on 25 carries, and he may need to start running a little bit more in this game. They've got to get some things going with their running game.
Throws on 1st down, complete to the tight end, and it's another 1st down into Baylor territory as he picked up 11 that time. Nick Florence pacing the Baylor sideline. He's had quite a night. They spot it right at the 50. Klein near side to Harper. Harper sidesteps a couple of tacklers, and he takes that big body too far. He dropped the ball. Trying to get extra yardage. Did he get back on top of it?
He didn't, but I think one of his teammates did. I think B.J. Finney, the center, came up with the football. You're always afraid of this when a guy's fighting for extra yardage. The ball clearly came out. Terrence Lloyd punched it out.
Klein throws complete to Harper again. Broke 1 tackle, and now a stiff arm as he streaks down the sideline to the 28-yard line. 15 more yards on the pass play.
Nice drive going here. The Kansas State offense. Good protection up front. Might see a blitz here by Phil Bennett again. Try to bring some pressure on Colin Klein.
Here they come. He got away from the rush, threw it into the turf. Lache was the guy putting the pressure on him. Tried to get it to Lockett at the last second.
they've had success pressuring Colin Klein when they've brought some extra people, and they haven't gotten burnt by it. You know, and that's the trade-off. If you bring extra people, you leave yourself exposed in the back end, but they haven't gotten burnt by it so far.
All three receivers up top on 2nd down and 10. Just over 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Baylor, a 3-touchdown lead, trying to pick off the #1 team in the country. They're going to bring one extra man again. Klein fires to the end zone, almost picked off by Tom Hall, who's already got one tonight.
Nice play that time by Chris Harper to prevent the interception. There were 2 defenders there. I mean, he was sandwiched, and he does a nice job of knocking the ball away and preventing the 3rd interception that Colin Klein would have thrown tonight.
Got to think maybe 2-down territory, Ledge, already. 3rd down and 10, even though it's only the third quarter. Field goal doesn't do them much good.
The 6th time they've had 3rd down and 10 or plus. That is not what they're accustomed to on their offense this year.
Blitz coming again. Klein, look out. Got rid of it. And contact in the secondary with Lockett and Hall. Lockett and Hicks, I should say.
Well, we saw one going the other way that didn't get called on Kansas State, and this one doesn't get called on Baylor.
That was Hall who hit Klein just as he let go of the ball.
I just think that's a grab. I think that's a penalty as well. I mean, Lockett's running to the end zone, and he's grabbed.
Well, it was 2-down territory. 4th and 10. You'll know in a second from this crowd whether they pick it up or not. Oh, and they do. What a grab by Harper and a great throw.
Great throw, great presence by Harper, knowing where the sideline was, as well as knowing what he needed for the 1st down. This ball's right on the sideline. Harper keeps both feet in and knows exactly how far to get for the 1st down.
Lockett streaks over to the bottom of your screen now. As it's 1st and 10 at the 17. Klein scans the field. End zone throw is high. Intended for Harper. Incomplete.
I just don't think Kansas State needs to completely abandon their running game. You know, coming into the game, they've averaged 214 yards a game rushing. They only had 58 in the 1st half. I know they're behind, but they don't have to abandon their running game. 65 yards rushing in the game tonight. That's too much pressure on the passing game.
12th play of the Kansas State drive. They need touchdowns. Down 21. And we've got a quarter and a 1:35 remaining. Pistol set. Angelo Pease, the tailback. Here's the option. Klein, late pitch to Pease. Stretched out nicely by Baylor, though. Adam Dixon, boys, had a good night defensively.
Phil Bennett told us yesterday one of the things they were going to try to do tonight. You know, his familiarity with Bill Snyder and Dana Dimmel, the offensive coordinator, and how they like to call plays. They want to read what you line up in and try to check away from your strength. They're trying to show looks and then move to other looks before the ball snapped. And so far, I think their defense has played beautifully.
Timeout taken with 1:22 remaining. That was Kansas State that took the timeout. Again, the BCS standings brought to you by Tostitos. Oregon leading in the 4th quarter. Notre Dame, Alabama, and Georgia. The rest of the top 5, in fact, the rest of the top 10, all winners today. But #1 is in some serious, serious trouble in Waco, Texas. Empty backfield on 3rd and 10.
7th time now, 3rd and 10 plus.
At the 17-yard line. They shift some wide receivers around. Terrell Miller sets up on a wing, and Klein's trying to get him out in the slot. Finally does. Got to hurry. Play clock. Klein throws to the end zone, trying to get it out to Terrell Miller. Coming out of a timeout, there shouldn't have been that much confusion on the play.
Well, they showed a blitz late, and that's why Colin Klein tried to check late at the line of scrimmage. You know, they had one play called. Baylor showed a defense that changed at the last minute, and that was why Colin Klein tried to check late.
They picked up 1 4th and 10 on this drive on the throw to the near side to Harper. Here they are with another 4th down. They need to get down to the 7-yard line. Colin Klein going to go to the end zone, intercepted in the end zone. And taking a knee, back there is Joe Williams. 3rd interception of the night.
And Joe Williams was just reading the quarterback, Colin Klein. Joe Williams was guarding Harper on the outside. It was his own defense, and he fell off of his man and made the interception. His 2nd interception of the night.
And Todd Lache is the guy that put pressure on Klein almost that whole drive, the outside linebacker. And he hit him right in the chest as he let go of that one. Baylor takes over at the 20 with a 21-point lead in the final 70 seconds of the 3rd quarter. Nick Florence keeps it on the ground, and this is Seastrunk. Lache Seastrunk, he might go. He's gone. Touchdown. For the touchdown. The longest play from scrimmage allowed by the Wildcats all year. Baylor 52, Kansas State 24.
The running game, the running game, the running game. Watch the double team here. The backside guard's going to pull around and lead, and Seastrunk's just going to split the defense. Excellent blocking up front. Physical offensive line play. They've worn down this Kansas State defense. And that time, there was no dancing by Seastrunk. There was no going backwards. It was north and south all the way.
And after a couple of moves in the middle, 12 seconds later, he outran 5 Wildcats, and he was separating at the end. 80 yards for the touchdown. Baylor is 16 minutes away from the upset of the year.
Baylor has run 71 offensive plays, and there's a whole quarter left to play.
Party's not over, but it's almost starting on the Baylor sideline. They decided not to wait the next 58 seconds for the jump around at the end of the 3rd quarter. They're starting it early. Jones to kick. Jermaine Johnson takes a knee. 58 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, and it's 52-24.
Well, again, like I mentioned, I mean, you know, Kansas State has not been in a situation all year where they felt like they are pressured to score every time they get the ball. But that's what's happened. Their defense has had no answer for Baylor tonight, and the balanced run-pass mix. And Kansas State has played from behind in a big way all night. Even when they put some good drives together, it doesn't matter. They can't catch up.
Pistol set here from the 25 with Hubert behind Klein. And they will try to run Hubert. Spins his way for maybe 3. Terrence Lloyd made the tackle as we wind down the 3rd quarter. You know, we talked about the Sports Illustrated cover a little while ago. Bill Snyder said, I'm not superstitious. I didn't know about it. something I didn't know about you. You were on the cover once at Penn State.
Yeah, I'm not superstitious either, but we didn't play the next week, but we got beat our next game when we played Alabama. Now, we still were in a position to win the national championship when it was all said and done. I don't think the same would be true for Kansas State if they were not able to win this game so late in the season.
Final 15 seconds. Baylor has controlled things through 3 quarters. Last snap of the 3rd quarter. Well, the next snap's going to have to wait for the 4th quarter.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
End of 3 in Waco. An upset brewing at Floyd Casey Stadium. Unranked Baylor leading the #1 team in the country, 52-24. "15 minutes away from the shocker of the year. Baylor leading top-ranked Kansas State 52-24. With Todd Blackledge and Holly Rowe, Brad Nessler with you from Waco, Texas. 3rd down and 5. Kansas State to open the 4th. Klein completes it, and a first down throw to Terrell Miller. So they move the sticks, and a pickup of 11. The fans are so excited that they take a breath every once in a while just to try to recharge their batteries. 3 wideouts come down to the bottom of your screen. Klein throws incomplete, and Tremaine Thompson never turned around. Looked like Colin was going to run, and then he threw it before he hit the line of scrimmage, and that guy never turned around.
And again, Tremaine Thompson playing more minutes maybe tonight because of the injury or the less than 100% status of Tyler Lockett. Would normally maybe be in that slot position.
Such a big weapon and unable to go for the most part tonight. 2nd and 10 at the 41. They creep up there like they're going to blitz. They do. Klein's hammered as he lets go, and Terrell Miller dropped it on the far side. Boy, that blitz came up the middle like a rocket.
Well, when you blitz, and if you don't get burned, you keep blitzing. I mean, that's what Phil Bennett has decided here. He's got a big lead. They have not beat us deep when we've blitzed. So let's keep pressuring this big quarterback and see if he'll throw us another one. He's thrown 3 interceptions tonight.
That was Chance Casey that came on the last blitz. 3rd and 10. Just a 4-man rush here. Klein fires. Good throw and catch to Chris Harper. First down, Wildcats. They know they've got to hurry now. It's not a whole lot of huddling going on either side the rest of the way.
Well, I think if you're Kansas State, you got to speed up. If you're Baylor, even though it's not your style, you got to slow down a little bit when you get the ball back, because the clock is your friend now.
Snap infraction on the offense. Number 66. 5-yard penalty. First down.
B.J. Finney, the center. So now it's 1st and 15 back at the 47. A penalty-riddled night by a team that just doesn't commit penalties, or at least hadn't through 10 weeks. They've got 6 tonight.
This Baylor defense, it's played so well. Playing tonight without their 2 best corners, K.J. Morton, Dimitri Goodson, who both were injured earlier in the year. Morton's coming back, but he's not ready yet. Goodson out for the year.
On the ground is Hubert. Dragged down, short gain, Gary Mason. The reason there was a substitution by Baylor for the first time all night is because Ahmad Dixon lost his helmet. So Prince Kent came in for 1 snap. He goes back out. Dixon comes back in. Quick throw on the slant. Not a lot of slant to it, though. But Harper, that big body fighting for extra yardage. Ball comes out at the end, but it's covered by Keenan Taylor anyway.
I think the best thing that Baylor has done tonight is they've limited the games. They haven't given up the big pass plays. And coming in, Colin Klein had 36 pass completions of 20 yards or more. And those have been few and far between tonight for the Wildcats. They've got a lot of short completions, but they haven't gotten a lot of big ones, and they haven't gotten a lot of yards after the catch either.
I know this is a big third down, but they're wasting a lot of time right here. 3rd down and 4. And the clock is their enemy. So is the scoreboard. Here comes a blitz on Klein. Leveled as he threw. Bryce Hager again, the middle linebacker.
Well, Bryce Hager's their leading tackler, and he said, Phil Bennett told us, you know, he's a little bit of a liability in coverage. Well, what do you do about that? You don't put him in coverage, you blitz him. And he's done a great job getting right into Colin Klein.
And Klein was telling John Hubert, you got to get an inside move on him, at least give him a little piece of your shoulder and give me a chance. They're running out of chances. 4th and 4.
Bring him again.
Here comes the house. The throw is complete, though, and it's Harper for a 1st down.
But you know what? That's okay if you're Baylor, because again, the clock is still running. You're not giving up big plays. You're making them execute play after play after play, and you've got the big lead.
That's Harper's 11th catch of the night, and a 1st down at the 36. Colin Klein, plenty of time, and now he's going to go deep to the end zone. Harper almost caught it one-handed, and we got a flag down.
Well, they might call this, they could call this either way, because Joe Williams was in excellent position, and I think they are going to call it offensive pass interference.
Pass interference, offense number 3. 15-yard penalty. 1st down.
Problems continue.
You know, the problem with a big receiver is if he gets inside of you and can box you out. But if you get inside of him, he can't do that. He can't use that big body and push you away. That was beautifully played by Joe Williams.
At the 49-yard line now, where it's 1st down and a mile. Klein rolling to throw, fires a strike down to the 35. Lockett took a big hit from Mike Hicks.
Again, if they catch it, limit the game. Make a sure tackle. Mike Hicks just returned last week to the lineup, had a PCL knee injury. They missed him, and he's played well tonight as well. This entire defense has played outstanding tonight.
They get it back to 2nd down and 8 with that pass completion. Time, 11 and a half to go. Klein pump fakes, deep ball on the sideline, incomplete. Harper looking for a flag again, and there won't be one.
Yeah, it's so funny, because when I was on the practice field Thursday afternoon, Phil Bennett was yelling at Joe Williams, and he was taunting him. He says, you know what, number 3, he is going to wear you out. That big body's going to wear you out, and they're going to look for you all night. And Joe Williams has taken it to heart, because he has played brilliantly tonight against Chris Harper.
Harper a little gassed right now. Down in his haunches there. Now he stands back up as the wide receiver to the bottom of your screen. 3rd down and 8. Blitz coming again. Klein throws, completes, 1st down. And that's Tremaine Thompson right around the 25-yard line.
Nice job that time by Hubert picking up the blitz. You know, and if they bring more than you can block, the key is block from the inside out. If you turn anybody loose, make sure he's the widest rusher. Don't let somebody get turned loose inside.
Klein strong arms it out to his tight end. That was a tough throw. He had somebody right in his chest. I think it was Ahmad Dixon on the play again. Ahmad Dixon told us yesterday this would be the best football story of the year. We want to make a statement against the #1 team in the country. And the Waco native playing outside linebackers, had a big game. Number 26, wearing it for his buddy Rodney Chadwick, who's out in his senior year after an injury last week. They run it, trying to bounce it outside, and it's going for a loss. Bryce Hager again. You know, sometimes you can talk about guys that are liabilities and coverage and all that. This guy can just play football.
Yeah, he likes to tackle. He's averaged 10 tackles, almost 10 tackles a game all year. Was starting early, then he got benched behind Chadwick. Then when Chadwick got hurt, he came back in. All he does is make plays.
16th play of the drive, but it's using up valuable clock. We've got 10 minutes to go. 3rd down and 8. Klein throwing far side too high for Tremaine Thompson.
Had it.
And it's 4th and 8.
They had single coverage. He had Thompson running a little flag route. A bench route, he was open. And the ball kind of sailed on Colin too high.
Well, if there's any hope for top-ranked Kansas State, it lies right here. They're 2 out of 3 on 4th down tonight. A lot of shifting on that Baylor defense. They've got to get down to the 15, Kansas State, for a 1st down. Klein lofts one. Caught by the tight end on the run, and it's 1st and goal at the 6. Nice touch on that pass to his big tight end, the senior out of Overland Park, Kansas.
Well, that one fooled the Baylor defense because they thought that guy was staying in to block. They didn't anticipate him being released in the route. A good call on the sideline by Dana Dimmel and a huge conversion.
1st and goal for the Wildcats. Klein is going to keep this one. And he will get to the 1. Tripped up by Eddie Lache. Might have scored right there. Brings up 2nd down and goal.
Got tripped up just a hair. Otherwise, he probably walks into the end zone. Tried to dive it out. Probably carry it again here.
2nd down and goal. Kansas State. They need touchdowns and need a bunch of them. Klein. He got close. But again, the clock is running. 8:45 remaining. Now it would be quarterback sneak time, you would think, as close as they are. 3rd and goal. Well, he's in the shotgun, so it won't be a quarterback sneak. 20th play of the drive. But they're using up the whole quarter. Klein, he's not going to get there, I don't think.
Nope.
Swarm tackled. Hager was the first guy there, and then a whole bunch of Bears joined him.
Look at that big split right there. That's where they wanted to run, and I think Baylor knew that. And Hager was right in that hole to meet Colin Klein. And again, with a quarterback that big, you have to tackle him high. You can't go low or he falls into the end zone.
Now he's under center for the quarterback sneak. Knocked back. And Baylor's defense did it again. Goal line stand.
The previous play is under review. The ruling was the runner was short of the goal line.
Hager came over the top. He was trying to go for the timing play in the knockout shot. He missed, but Lache didn't.
The play under review. I think Colin Klein's helmet got to the goal line, but the football didn't. At least we don't think so. He is not an easy guy to bring down.
Nope. You got to hit him high. You can't hit him low. You got to hit him up around the shoulders, around the chest. And that's what Lache did.
There's the best angle. The ball's in his left hand, and I think it's about 10 inches shy of the goal line. That was the ruling on the field, but we'll wait and see what the replay officials have to say. if they indeed did stop him. The last 2 drives, Todd, 14 plays and an interception, 20 plays and a loss on downs.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. The runner was short of the goal. Timeout on the field.
Wow, I haven't seen a sideline like this in a long, long time. A defense that couldn't stop anybody. Just about ready to carry their defensive coordinator off the field, and they will probably 8 minutes from now. Upset in the making in Waco. Baylor leading Kansas State in the 4th quarter as we continue Dr. Pepper's road to the championship. Look at the celebration going on during the timeout. Ahmad Dixon, number 26, leading the dance step on the sideline for Baylor. Remember, a year ago, Oklahoma State went into Ames, Iowa with a spot. The BCS title game on the line. The Cowboys let the Cyclones hang around just long enough to overcome a 17-point deficit. They beat the Cowboys in double overtime. The game was played a day after Oklahoma State's women's basketball coach, Kurt Budke, and 3 others were killed in a plane crash. So they played with heavy hearts, but we talked about it earlier. You get to this point in the season, the pressure that's on your shoulders when you're number 1, or in Oklahoma State's case, number 2. It builds and it builds, and it's built on Kansas State tonight, and Baylor has really dominated the football game.
They really have, from start to finish. They scored the opening possession. Colin Klein threw a touchdown pass to tie the score, but from that point on, Baylor has dominated the football game.
That guy's made only 2 mistakes tonight. One of them came in a similar situation when he tried to throw from the 1-yard line. I don't think we'll see much of that, but you never know. Threw an interception that led to a 1-yard Colin Klein touchdown 1 play later. And a low snap, and busting out of it is Glasco Martin. And probably the bad snap was the best thing that could have happened. 16 yards up the middle.
Yeah, no need to hand off. He just picked it up himself. Huge gaping hole there. You can't say enough about the offensive line of Baylor tonight, because the running game and the balance has really caused problems for Kansas State.
Glasco Martin and Lache Seastrunk have done a great job in that Baylor backfield running the football tonight. 318 rushing yards for Baylor on the night.
This is a defense that held 6 teams under 100 yards rushing, and they averaged only giving up 98 yards a game rushing. One of the best in the country.
And they're still moving the Martin pile. Wow. Got a rugby thing going on here. All that does is move the chains out. The clock continues to run down to the 6-minute mark.
Again, you've played up-tempo beautifully all night, but at this point now, for Nick Florence, you use the clock. You still don't have to huddle, but you don't have to go super fast either. Slow things down, use as much clock as you can, and then still execute your play.
2nd down and 4. You're starting to see the dejection on the sideline from not just Lockett, but the rest of the Wildcats as well. They know that a chance to play for the national title is slipping right through their paws tonight in Waco, Texas.
And it has been, more than anything, the inability of their defense to stop Baylor. The only time Baylor has been stopped tonight is on the couple bad decisions by Nick Florence, throwing the ball ill-advisedly. But other than that, Kansas State's defense, no answer.
Seastrunk back in as Martin went out. And now they let that clock, the play clock, wind down under 10. And they've got a 1st and 10 with 5:10 remaining in a shocker. Drop for no gain. Arthur Brown with a stop on Seastrunk.
You know, we said at the very beginning of the show, when we talked to Art Briles yesterday, he seemed like he had a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. And he said very plainly, you know what, I think we're a good football team. And we had a few slip-ups early. They lost 4 games in a row, and they turned the ball over 13 times in those 4 games. And he was kind of angry. You know, he said, we're a much better team than our 4-5 record shows. And, boy, they've shown that tonight.
No doubt.
He talked about how important it is for them to get to a bowl game. They had 3 games left. They needed to win 2. And, boy, they're on their way to winning a huge one tonight.
On the ground, couple-yard pickup. And there'll be less than 4 minutes remaining on the next snap. Never beaten a top-ranked team. 0-11-1. Highest team they've ever beaten, ranked. They beat number 2 Tennessee in 1956. It's about to happen on this Saturday night. 3rd down and 8. And Nick Florence, 2 bad passes, but the rest of the night he has been the general. Both running and passing. This time he gives it off to Seastrunk. And he's going to have another first down. Ball came out at the end, but he covered it himself anyway. And his lead blocker's given him a glad hand there after he got 9 yards on 3rd and 8. It's going to be a sad, sad night in Manhattan, Kansas tonight. It is going to be party time in Waco, Texas.
And South Bend, Indiana.
And South Bend, Indiana.
And we still don't know. I think Stanford and Oregon are still tied, going right to the very end of that one. So they might be cheering in Tuscaloosa or Athens, Georgia tonight as well.
Let's check in with Reese Davis right here.
Yeah, Todd, you stole my line. I was going to say it might be party time there. Here's how Stanford tied the game. Kevin Hogan, look at this catch by Zach Ertz over Ifo Ekpreolamu. They ruled it incomplete. They looked at it again, said Ertz had possession, shoulder comes down, inbounds, barely. Touchdown, 15 seconds left. Stanford has the ball. Looks for all the world as if we're going to overtime.
That's not going to happen here. I got a lot of Notre Dame friends that are watching tonight. Let me know they were watching, and they are celebrating right now. The Fighting Irish took care of their business today. They've got USC left between them and a perfect season. Let's check in with Holly.
Well, I know one former Baylor Bear who is celebrating a little bit tonight. RG3, who is now the Washington Redskins quarterback, tweeted this: started fast, finishing strong, loving every second of it. His partner in crime, Kendall Wright, that he threw to so much last year, is also here on the sideline supporting the Bears. He's now with the Titans. Baylor Nation rising up right now in appreciation.
And you know, Ahmad Dixon, a guy who's had a brilliant night defensively for Baylor, said he had a lot of other offers, a Waco native, but he said RG3 and I got together with Coach Briles, and he convinced me that this was the place and that Coach Briles was going to make Baylor a winner. And he has, and they're going to win tonight in one of their biggest wins in school history in another minute 20 seconds.
And Art Briles, there's a lot of energy around here. He says recruiting is going better than it's ever been since he's been here. They got a new stadium that's set to open in 2014, a beautiful setting right on the river. And this style of play is an attractive style to high school players because of the way they throw the football and how fast they play, similar to Oregon. You know, I mean, kids like to play in that kind of a style now.
Todd, Baylor took 7 minutes off the clock, even though they have to punt. They took over with 7:51 remaining, and Roth kicks it away. Taken by Thompson at the 10. And unfortunately for Kansas State, there's no 28-point plays in the book in a half minute. Colin Klein will snap it up one more time, but Kansas State's going to fall tonight in Waco. All-State. This is one of 238 yards passing by Nick Florence. This one, a great catch by Terrence Williams that led to a touchdown. Kansas State, they've got the ball at the 26-yard line. And 32 seconds remain before this one's in the books. Kansas State with Hayes on the run. Well, Colin Klein, his Heisman Trophy might have gone away tonight. Kansas State has never been #1. They won't be #1 tomorrow. Waco, Texas is party central right now. They've never beaten a #1 team in the country. They have now. 52-24. Baylor with the upset over the Wildcats as we go to Holly.
Well, Nick Florence, when we met with you before this game, you had a calm, quiet confidence about you. You felt you matched up well. Why did you have such great confidence?
I mean, I just, game planning, we felt like we were a good match for them, offense and defense, and the guys put it together. The O-line did a heck of a job. Player of the game to them. I don't know how many yards we rushed for, but they were moving bodies and protecting me, and defense did a heck of a job, and it was a team win.
You had some adversity. You have the interception that led to a score on the goal line. How did you come back from that?
I mean, we talk about it every day, clearing the last play, whether it's good or bad. And, I honestly thought the corner went with the guy down the sideline, and I never saw him there. I thought T-Dub was wide open. And just a mistake, and we have to clear it, and defense made stops. So, they didn't let it affect them either.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, there's joy in South Bend tonight. There's hope in Tuscaloosa and Athens. There's mayhem in Waco, Texas. First win over a #1 team ever. Oregon and Stanford are in overtime. There'll be a celebration in one of those cities tonight. That's on ABC right now. Final here is 52-24. Sports Center is coming up next. Thanks for watching ESPN, home of the Discover BCS National Championship game. For Todd Blackledge and Holly Rowe, upset special. Brad Nessler, good night from Waco.